Hello? Are we here?
Oh,
Um,
I'm here. My horse. My pony? My horse. Oh, I like my horse. My pony? My horse.
Uh, I swear I cannot think about horses anymore because of this. This horse has ruined my life. I will look at a horse, I would look at its size, and I will immediately think of whatever the story is. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. I think we're real. Yes, we are. Okay. Awesome.
Where the fuck did I put that bookmarker?
I thought I had to do the thing again. I have the tab open at like 150 percent magnification. So I thought I had to do it again, but no. Hashtag ad. Thank you Firefox for remembering that I had this specific website on this specific
time.
On this specific like Zoom at 150. Very cool, very awesome. Hashtag ad, by the way. Hashtag ad.
Firefox for real.
Thank you Firefox for sponsoring whatever the fuck this is. They unveiled their new mascot. Another fox. Hooray. Okay. So yesterday, due to sad circumstances, Antlee died. Antlee died a horrible death.
Yeah.
We never. He was
turned
sent
into
to
a
the pits
flesh
of hell.
interface midstream. It was very tragic.
Yeah, midstream he got kidnapped and got put into LSD. Yeah. Sadly, he's now a portal to a world of unknown, where he's walking among us, with his frontal plane is still. Is
yeah,
still
I'm
split.
just the frontal plane now.
Oh my god. We just got the front. We actually get to see him, but we don't see his behind. We should know.
Yeah, you're not gonna get a booty reveal.
No, damn it.
This is so sad. Spooky. Oh, he's like, hi. Oh, hold on.
I am robbing from the spookiness.
Oh my god, I just noticed I have my morning voice. Hold on. There we go, that's better. Okay. So last time we stopped at like the 6th post.
You still had that morning voice.
Are we being that ass? That is not my morning voice. That is like this was my morning voice. That is not my morning voice. That is not my morning voice.
You need to enlighten yourself.
Ah fuck. Okay, let me go get the LSD. Be right back. Give Fortnite shield push. Thanks.
So I did miss the recap for entry number 6 here, and I have been reading it on my end. Let's. I think since we're here, we might as well just read it, so that we can continue from there. Redmond was reading, right?
Yeah, Redmond was reading.
Okay. Redmond can just read this off again, and we'll like explain it like we've been doing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, from where we left off, I'll read it from the start again. Elizabeth Bathory. We look at Elizabeth Bathory as an example of pre-LSD enlightenment. Example, somebody seeming to attempt to build a flesh interface
that the government, the U.S. government, the Soviet government, have been experimenting with people, giving them LSD, and apparently an LSD induced trip can be enough to start something called a flesh interface and a flesh portal.
Wait, hang on.
Or perhaps.
Wait,
Oh yeah.
Wait, who's reading? Hang on, I hear Ram's
You're
voice.
reading.
No, I had myself muted.
Yeah, you were unmuted.
Open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the stream open. I have like the volume.
I was giving Sly a TLDR. That's why. But I have myself muted on Discord, so you wouldn't like.
I thought it's like it's gonna be clashing like multiple voices at the same time.
Redmond, you're Steam sniping. Redmond cheated.
Damn.
Okay.
All right. Let's start. Let's start from the back. Let's lock in, boys. All right. Elizabeth Bathory. We look at Elizabeth Bathory as an example of pre-LSD enlightenment. Example: somebody seeming to attempt to build a flesh interface before the invention of LSD. How can this be explained? Perhaps she ingested some ergot or some other naturally occurring psychotropic chemical. Or perhaps her mind was simply attuned to whatever intellectual processes need to occur to invent such flesh interface. The Book of Revelations is also considered to be a description of a flesh interface, especially the description of New Jerusalem. My problem with this is that it is all speculative. It's like when modern psychologists diagnose historical figures. I'm uncomfortable with this level of speculation. I will always regard the first instance of a flesh interface to have occurred in Treblinka, 1944. The
Oh, yeah.
geologic disturbances, partial tunnels, so-called interdimensionality, and wealth of clearly segmented bodies leave no doubt of this existence. The Soviets have documented this.
Okay. So let's analyze this from the top. Elizabeth Bathory was a serial killer around the 1500s, the 16th century, and she has killed hundreds of women in her time. And this was, from what we know, to keep her young. She would like bathe in the blood of a young woman. But the story is suggesting that this Elizabeth Bathory was actually trying to create a flesh interface without having any LSD. Because typically, the way we know it in modern times, you need to have LSD to be able to even know how to invent a flesh interface. So it's saying here that either Elizabeth Bathory has been taking other forms of psychotropic chemicals like ergot, or she was just simply had the mentality to be attuned to the flesh interface. Also, if ergot seems familiar to you, Ram, this is the plant that Salmonella was talking about, like ergot, ergo. Is that what?
Oh,
It's
so
the
that's
same.
why it was familiar.
Oh.
Yes, I do
Yes,
remember it.
this
Like, it was
was
like,
the plant where if you consume it, you get high and you get like. Is this like? Is this the one where like the devil is calling to me? He's telling me to invest in apples.
yeah,
Why do I
because
need to buy
usually
apples?
I was
Is that
stealing
it?
rhythm. This looked kind of familiar. I don't know why, but Erigot looks
It's from
kind
the
of familiar to
Salmonella
me.
video.
Like, oh shit!
I
Of
I
course.
did hear. Where did I also hear about ergo before?
It Yeah, it's a botanic plant where if you digest it, you get crazy high,
Yeah,
and
kind of looks like a penis.
yeah. So, I really love this part here. The Book of Revelations is also considered to be a description of a flesh interface, especially the description of New Jerusalem. So, the
Yeah,
Book of Revelations, some Bible lore here. The Book of Revelations is supposed to
like
depict
it does look like a penis,
what
doesn't it?
the world would be after the
Telling me to
rapture.
mute. Telling me he's
Because in
still
the
cheating.
Bible,
Oh,
they said that Jesus is gonna come back to earth and take away this the people that are worthy to
Okay.
be in heaven, and then they're gonna leave behind everybody else. As we all know, the rapture is gonna happen the day before GTA 6's release date, but the Book of
Yeah.
Revelation states that there's gonna be a new heaven, a new earth. There's gonna be like a new Jerusalem, and New Jerusalem is the description of a flesh interface. So if we look at what New Jerusalem looks like, it's very magical. Has like very interesting floaty architecture. Seems to
oh, hello,
be
Minty. Hi,
like
how are you doing today?
floating on top of
Were
like
you
a
streaming at this
lake
hour?
with like really
We
weird
were
looking
streaming
trees.
earlier.
Yeah.
Well, not earlier.
Apparently
Yesterday
this
at like 11 p.m.
is a
But
description
Antlee's internet got
of
cut off.
a flesh
So now we're
interface. Like, this
continuing
is
that. If you
what
want more context, just watch the
they
previous stream. It's only
would
like an hour.
kind of look like, which is very
Just so you have
interesting.
context of what the fuck we're doing. But yeah. Alright, then, dude.
So, at the tail end of this story, um, it says, I will always regard the first instance of a flesh interface to have occurred in Treblinka, 1944. The geologic disturbances, partial tunnels, so-called interdimensionality, and wealth of clearly segmented bodies leave no doubt of its existence. The Soviets have documented this. Now, what is Treblinka?
Oh
Treblinka
boy. Oh
was a
boy.
Nazi
Yeah.
extermination camp
Yep.
in the middle of Poland. So
Yep.
the story is saying that Treblinka, which was an extermination camp, was where the first flesh interface was created. Which is, I mean,
Oh.
if you look at the description here, it says, the geologic disturbances, partial tunnels, and so-called interdimensionality and wealth of
Yo, was
clearly segmented bodies
Best way to kindergarten
leave
party.
no doubt
Oh no.
of its existence.
Yeah, I have a bit
So,
of news. What is it?
in Treblinka, near the concentration camp, clearly flesh portals like took place there because there's like a bunch of segmented bodies, probably, from I mean, they had a lot of people there. I'm sure they had a lot of
Yeah.
stuff to experiment on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's like
Like,
mountains of them, like all
basically
segmented.
Outlast.
And then there's also tunnels, like partial tunnels, like not complete, but they made tunnels. And then this has caused geological disturbances. That's up to speculation of what that is, but I'm assuming that means like the nature there is pretty weird. Like
what we
shit's
thought
just out
yesterday
of place.
is that the flesh interfaces were underground. Basically, that's why
Yeah,
they
it's very
didn't, like,
likely
see
because
it.
it's mentioned tunnels.
Yeah,
It
like
mentions
that's why they
tunnels.
didn't immediately figure out that something was wrong. They just started happening. Because it would be underground,
And
or at least I get the
and
feeling
if I'm
that it
not
would be underground.
mistaken, in concentration camps they either bury the processed or burn them. Not exactly sure. I think this camp did
DD
both.
tunnels. Oh my god, got the funny blue. Which
So
which
that's fun.
happened?
That's a fun intrigue.
I would say Twitter, but that's not blue anymore.
I
It's
guess we can move on to this one. Hold on. Well, I want to see where does this comment originate
Oh yeah, we
from?
didn't check. I
It
think we did
was
check.
on the and I forgot the
R
cartoon
slash
again.
funny again. It's fucking R slash funny again, man. And the Animaniacs. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Could you imagine being an Animaniacs fan? You go to Reddit, and then this guy is talking about the Treblinka extermination camp,
Like,
and how,
I
and
I
Elizabeth
like how
Bathory.
Out of nowhere.
I like how in the previous post we were like, oh well, the post is starting to actually link to what they're talking about. Here is just fucking Prince, Animaniacs Prince, no slash funny. What could have compelled him to put this comment here? Like, what the fuck? And again in the comments, like, who the fuck are you? But people are starting to get on. Oh yes, this guy. Oh yeah, we know him. Oh yeah, don't worry about it.
Amazing.
But yeah. Okay, so next is I think it's you, Endler.
Yeah, moving on to the seventh post, a tantalizing theory. This connects to the previous one here. Basically, when you look at the stories of Elizabeth Bathory's behavior, it seems like she's trying to build a flesh interface, but it is known that in order to invent a flesh interface, one must be under the influence of LSD for extended periods. As LSD hasn't been invented during her life, it's probably just a coincidence. Still, a tantalizing theory though. So that is in reference of the previous post. It's just like, connect. It's probably from the same author,
It
and
is
it's
a
saying that
reply, yes.
Yeah.
yes, it's saying that Elizabeth Bathory may not have actually been making a flesh interface. It might have just been a coincidence, but her actions was similar enough that in modern era, people assumed that she was. So even if she wasn't making a flesh interface, that's kind of the gist of what making a flesh interface is. That's basically what this comment is alluding to. And
Yeah. Oh,
l-
something
the link to the
that something that we forgot to mention, and something we pointed out yesterday, is that the six post. I think it's the first time the other person talks in like first person, like I'm or I, like
yes.
so far.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes. So that's very interesting because so far the entries that we've been reading are from a perspective like a history teacher. You know, they're just it's
yeah,
very
a
matter of fact.
description.
It's telling you a story that happened. But this one is actually of a personal account.
Yeah, like I'm uncomfortable. I will. I don't think we've seen that before. I don't know what that would mean.
Oh,
I don't
actually no,
know.
looking back at the third post, it actually does start with I'm surprised they use nuclear subs in the Falklands. So I guess this isn't the
Yeah,
first time they use
catch
I.
that as
Oh,
well.
that is true. But here's like
Yes.
more,
Yes,
I
it's more
guess, involved.
personal.
Yeah, like
Yes,
I'm
it's
not
more
into
involved.
this, which is weird.
So, yeah. So the previous ones, I do appreciate that insight because the previous entrances, they seem just like a history teacher talking about a story. But for this one, the couple recent posts, the accounts are very personal. So this person that we're hearing from, like, is probably a part of the CIA or somebody that like is in the nose of flesh interfaces because it like there's a lot of use of the first person perspective here.
Yeah,
Very cool. Probably
like,
a CIA agent. This is the perspective that we're
Under
looking at here.
undercover CIA agent. Not really, but
um,
yeah.
but yeah, it's just clarifying that even if Elizabeth was like,
Was
uh,
not actually making a flesh interface.
she
That's
just it's
kind
just
of what it looks like if you try.
yeah, just happened to happen, but it's not really an interface. Like I guess Treblinka would be the first time ever. They just
Yes,
think that
Treblinka
he kinda did it.
is confirmed to be the first instance of where an interface was created, which is in a fucking Nazi concentration camp in Poland. Okay,
Man, World War
so
II will wilding.
next entry here, part 8. Define a flesh interface. So this is exciting. We're actually gonna get some details regarding what a flesh interface is.
Yes.
Obviously, I can't define a flesh interface in terms of purpose or composition or mechanism. I can only list the various phenomena which are related to them. Chief among these is the creation of an incident zone wherein objects are spontaneously segmented, i.e., parts of the object simply disappear. Yet, the objects continue to behave as if the missing parts are still present. Also, you see complex tunnels created in the earth. These have been termed ant farms. In undersea interfaces, you get chitinous cruciform organisms. These sui generis organisms are thought to be the result of evolutionary processes which took place in an environment other than Earth. This is speculation, but in this case, I agree with it. Then there have been the giant metallic cylinders which appear and experience continuous spontaneous segmentation. These are usually at least 10 meters in diameter and can get much larger and only occur in very large interfaces, i.e., portals. Beyond this, the phenomena are too various to mention and different for each interface.
Oh
Oh,
That's a
boy.
okay.
lot to take in.
Oh boy.
Um,
Okay. So the first thing of note here, Chief among these creations is an incident zone wherein objects are spontaneously segmented. So, near a flesh interface, there is like an area where objects in that area randomly get segmented. And yet, this when segmentation occurs, a part of that object disappears, yet the object still behaves as if the parts are still there. So that explains um, that explains more on how people get segmented in the first place. They don't get segmented because they like stick their hand through the portal. No, the fact that being near the portal is enough that whoops, my hand is gone, even if you don't do anything. Just being in proximity of it
Hmm.
is enough to cause segmentation to happen. At the same time, where these incident zones are underneath, there's tunnels called ant farms. Not really sure what they are. They're just tunnels. Um, and it says here that in undersea interfaces, you get chitinous cruciform organisms. So that's going back to the cross-shaped aquatic alien creatures in
The
the
previous post.
in the base in
Yes.
near the Falkland Islands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking at how do you pronounce this? Sui generis, or whatever it is.
Yeah. What is
Looking at
this?
the Wikipedia page, it is Latin for their own kind. So it's like something. It's a word used to describe something that is like of this specific type of organism. And it says that the chitinous cruciform organisms are thought to be the result of an evolutionary process which took place in an environment other than Earth. So, for some reason, this only happens in incident zones that are underwater, and the shit that ends up is that we get chitinous cruciform organisms that are that evolved from an environment that isn't on Earth, and they just end up by the incident zone. For some reason, this only happens underwater. We don't see any mention of this
Yeah.
on
Like
the flesh interfaces on land.
we still
Interesting.
don't know what the fuck happens. Why? Like in the land, I don't. Everything just disappears or starts disappearing. Um, but to where? We don't know. At least with the underwater, we know that creatures come from it for some reason. I guess that implies underwater is more alive? Question mark. Maybe.
I suppose. So, on the next couple lines here, there have been giant metallic cylinders which appear and experience continuous spontaneous segmentation. Um, Horrifyingly, clicking on giant metallic cylinders is a broken link. This doesn't lead anywhere, but I'd imagine this is what. Oh wait, does it work on your end?
It just says real UFOs, the latest UFO videos and news. But
Yeah.
yeah, the page is
Same
broken.
here.
It
It
doesn't
is
show
also
anything.
is broken.
Yeah, it's a
Oh wait,
broken
wait.
link.
If we go down, there's something. It's
Is there
talking about
something?
Siberia for some reason. We have some strange images, but maybe this is what they're talking about.
Video unavailable. Wait,
Yeah.
what? The
Um,
link's broken
Closer
on
look,
my
the
end, but
cauldrons in the Valley of Death, Siberia. But these are
Unless we could
cauldrons.
use, if we could go into Wayback Machine, if they have records of this.
bro,
Hang
you
on,
know
let me
an
actually do
ARG
that.
is getting good when we have to pull out the Wayback Machine.
Hang on, let me actually go ahead. Wayback Machine. Let
But
me
yeah,
see.
the post seems to be about cauldrons in the Valley of Death, and it's just a hole on the earth. Uh,
In the
there are some
Valley of
pictures.
Death.
There
Oh my.
is records around 2011, and I think 2012 January is where it has reached its peak. I think. of interest.
Yeah,
Yeah, on
these posts are
2012
like from 10
January.
years and stuff, so maybe.
Yeah, is what I'm currently looking at right now here. Hang on, there's a lot of snapshots.
Peak.
A lot of snapshots. Uh, every single year. Wait, it's taking its time.
2012. I don't know, January.
January, yeah. Any of the ones in
2011,
January or in 2011 as
2011,
well.
2012.
It's trying to load. But
Oh,
we'll leave that in
there
the
it is.
background.
That's somehow works, but we don't have like the YouTube
Yeah, the
page
Isn't
for
it,
the
video's
isn't it
gone.
cauldrons.
crazy? Isn't it crazy how we have to pull out the Wayback Machine for this ARG?
Oh my.
Yeah,
Like now the website is formatted properly, but the video is still gone.
the videos is still gone though. Yeah, I'm also looking at that cauldrons in the Valley of Death, Siberia.
Yeah, it just talks about these cauldrons.
What are the cauldrons? Are they like just puddles? Because looking at the images, they just look like holes in the ground.
Good question.
As how
Like,
they have
yeah, these are just holes. I spent some time trying to find about coordinates satellite images of the area where the cauldrons at, but unfortunately Google Maps cannot take closer satellite images. I identified an approximate area of Dog, where there are meant to be a nearby even not enough an area of the 1908 Tunguska meteor. I don't know. They put these drawings
Oh, hold on.
of I don't know what this has to do with giant metallic cylinders.
hmm.
Oh, Antlee died for a second. Okay.
He said,
Peak.
hold on.
Cool reference.
So,
Ah, yes.
yeah, I'm
They're just
still looking at these, especially that picture. So, like you said, it's just a hole on the ground, but somehow looking at that picture, it's like something that goes underground, like you guys said.
they're talking about
Yeah, you see that, right?
they're talking about the giant metallic cylinder, so I guess that would be the aftermath.
Possibly.
Like it's
Giant
just a hole on
metallic
the ground.
cylinders. It's just a hole in the ground, and then it's after like the
Unless this is
something.
like what they're talking about. I'm searching for the cauldrons in the Valley of Death, and I get this image. Unless it's that.
Where?
Uh, here, open.
Oh, that, yeah, that was also the same image that was in the in the website.
Yeah. Um. But it's just these holes that we don't know about. Like here, they're presented as it being made from UFOs, or UFOs had something to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Maybe it's the shape. Maybe what they're talking about is the shape, right?
Yeah, it does look like a upside down cauldron. Think about it.
So, that is true. So maybe the cylinders had this kind of shape of the cauldron, whatever thingy. Maybe that's why it's relevant. These were 10 meters long. Like these were huge. These were massive. It's a huge shaft.
Looking at the comments here, is that very interesting. The first one, there could be a real evidence here. Anyone know a bored billionaire that would finance an expedition, take a few interested UFO bloggers with him? This was like back in 2011, so we don't know exactly. An interesting read. Not heard of this story before in Siberia, and it's still getting into my head around the world, around the word cauldrons. Cauldrons, a large metal pot in which liquids are boiled, or a dangerous and tense situation. Now match that with the story and sketch. I don't know. What else could you call this thing other than a mystery? And a big one at that. It would be interesting to know what the radiation count was. I want. That is also a good point. That is
Yes.
itself would raise the prickles on my neck. Good video. Oh fuck. You won't be able to see the video though.
Damn it. Um, off topic here, but this comment is it reads like it's a fake comment. I'm gonna be real. It's too well written for the internet, if that makes sense.
That's in 2011. People used to make this kind of comments before.
Come on, surely someone used LOL before or LMAO. Surely. This is very well written for a comment on a random website. Very very well grammar. This kind of looks fake. I'm gonna be real. A little bit, unless it's like
A little bit.
translated.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
We'll have
it
to
just
see Lee's point of view on this as well because he missed something. I should
man,
say.
his internet died again.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Surely not, right? Surely everything on his end will be fine. Absolute Bakushin. Absolute
Dude,
cinema. Oh my god.
Bakshin, 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 Bakshin.
No,
Sorry, I
he's
had that in
playing
mind.
Deadlock. How dare you, Antlee? How dare
Bro's
you play
actually
Deadlock?
playing Deadlock at this hour as we are like streaming for
Surely not right
this.
now. Surely not right.
No, he's not. He's not playing Deadlock. Never not.
This image is kind of funny. I don't know what to make of it.
What image? Hang on. Let me go back.
This
It looks like a
random-
whale if you think about it.
a little bit. I think they describe it as a toenail for some reason, or a nail.
No,
Or
I'd rather
anything.
think. I really
ground
think
wi-
about it.
Protruding from the ground with such a sharp edge that it cut a fingernail.
Mhm.
I mean, kinda.
But for me, I think of it as a killer whale opening its mouth.
that is horrifying. that
If
do
you
be
think about
horrifying.
it, yeah.
It does look like that. I'll give you that. It does look like that. However,
Especially for the size as well, and that it's a drawing too. So we only got like an image on the very top, and that's about it.
yeah, this image is so weird. Like, can I search this with Google Lens? Yes. I want to know where this image came from. Oh, something went wrong. Awesome.
What is sui generis? Latin phrase that means of its own kind in a class
Yes.
by itself, therefore unique.
It is. I think it's meant to describe like the cross-shaped things that were coming out of the ocean. It is like
Yeah.
imply that. I sent
Send
that
that
image
image to
30 years ago using my Nokia. Oh my god. If only there were 4K cameras as image.
What was that comment come from?
Oh, yeah, I swear to
Hang
god,
on,
if
let me
r/funny again.
It is a reply from the previous
Oh
post.
yeah, it is the reply from r/funny. I forgot about
It's
that.
just it was asking what it says here. I see in your post of many mentions of flesh interfaces. Care to define what that is for us, as well as you using text at least, and that is what it says here. And some replied as, I don't know what to say. Are you David Cronenberg?
I am tripping balls. What the
On
fuck?
this black meetup. What the hell?
Normal reaction, of course. But yeah, these guys are like more in the known than before. I guess bro is getting kind of popular at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny that they make the connection to David Cronenberg, because Cronenberg's like creations or the way he describes some of the what do we call these? I think I don't think he's an artist. I think he's more of an author, question mark.
Mm-hmm.
But he does describe like very gory or very shapely different like things. Like yeah, like this Kython is cruciform. That would kind of be Cronenberg like, I guess. So that's kind of funny that they do make that connection. However, uh, why would the other guy come in there?
Yeah, the other guy. I don't realize on this black meat over here. What the
What
fuck?
was bro jerking it in r/funny to Animaniacs the
Fucking 10
Prince,
years ago.
and then Mother Horse Eyes just comes here and disturbs his goon session.
Mm-hmm.
I am still lost in the lore. What the hell? Okay, I guess we can do a recap while we wait for Antlee. Yesterday we started this story, which is basically about people tripping in LSD and starting to make portals and interfaces out of that. Somehow. We don't know how yet. We just know that they do the LSD and they get enlightened and they start creating these portals one way or another. And this whole story is about how different governments have like used it or have documented it, like the CIA, the Soviet Union, maybe even other historical figures before that could have also been doing that, but they're not certain. Apparently something, it also happened in Dubai, because of the structure of the buildings. It's basically portals to another dimension made out of people, and that's as far as we got right now. We don't know everything yet.
I think it's like I think what Lee said is a better way to describe it is basically faith. I still have that in mind when he put that as an example. I think that makes sense.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Lee.
Sorry about that. My dad asked me to like move some furniture around.
Oh, okay.
I'm back though. So what I miss?
We were talking about whatever the fuck could the giant metallic cylinder be.
At first, that reminded me of. Ram, you're gonna know this Monument Mythos. The spikes coming out of the ground. Remember?
Oh yeah, the special trees. The special trees.
The special trees. That reminded me of the special trees a lot.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the pictures from the website they linked. This doesn't really look like a cylinder. Again, it's a cauldron. It seems like a hole. However, we're thinking more about the shape of it. Like we were looking for. We were looking
it might
for
not
the
be the
cauldron.
cylinder the way we're thinking of. Like maybe it's not completely upright like a tower.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't necessarily have to be a tower. And
like,
it's interesting. They are usually 10 meters in diameter. So these things are large. They're very big.
in the images that is in the website, it does show that it is underground, or at least it was theorized to be underground. So maybe
So
that's why.
Might be like a cylinder going down instead of a cylinder going up.
Yes.
And it's
And
also
these are-
saying that these giant metallic cylinders keep getting segmented. Whatever.
Yeah,
that
these are massive. These are like 10 meters. Like, my god.
is. Cute.
But yeah, we couldn't like make of it like why the giant metallic cylinders would link to like a cauldron, which is just a hole on the ground right now. But I guess that's what it would look like if it's segmented.
Yeah, that like when you cut off a hair, like the hair, like you know when you shave, the hair is still there, but it's been like completely cut to the base. So I'm imagining that's kind of what the cylinder would look like if it's been freshly segmented near the top.
Yes.
And I really like the last part of this, where beyond this, the phenomena are too various to mention and different for each interface. So like every interface has its own shit. Like the one in the Artigas research base has like the chitinous cruciform creatures going through.
Yeah.
And in others, like maybe they could be having like some random animals going through as well, or maybe like something else freaky is happening. But like they all share the fact that if you're near them, you get segmented, and they all share the fact that like these towers form, whatever they are.
Yeah, this is just
But
like the common ground,
aside
I
from
guess.
that, everything else is every other like discrepancy happens as well.
Uh,
Cute.
oh my god, that
And if you
is.
go to the origin of this comment, it was on. Oh, it's still on the same post. This one post
Yes.
got so much fucking.
uh, it's again. Why the fuck does Animaniacs Prince r/funny get to have all this info dump? Where's the connection? We were also talking about this comment, like IDK, but I am tripping balls on this
Black
meat
meat
over here. Like, what the fuck, man? You're learning about this insane interface lore shit, and you're talking about your meat. Like,
Yum.
the
So
the
next
juxtaposition.
comment. Yeah. Next comment here. Title being Portals, post number 9. Many
I think
people think.
I think it's my
Oh,
turn. Is it?
okay.
Yes.
I don't know. I lost count.
You there at 7, 8. Okay, we were doing it by postly, so it was 2. Okay.
Okay.
Title Portals. Many people think that a portal is simply our large flesh interface. This is true. A portal is a large flesh interface, but it is also more than that. A portal, as the name implies, is a way of sending objects between the portal site and wherever the various locations that it found beyond the portals are located, i.e., the so-called alien sister cities. Portals are usually, but not always, accompanied by large, fluctuating metallic cylinders. The largest type of water portal that I know of occurred in Novaya Zemlya, and existed for several weeks before it was destroyed by the Russians' so-called Star Bomba. In this case, the metallic cylinders were miles high and covered with features rarely seen on other cylinders. Blinking lights, nodules, so-called antennae. They took on a very artifactual appearance, i.e., they seem to be constructed technology rather than actually occurring phenomena. Are the cylinders themselves artifacts being sent through the portals, or are they phenomena created by the flesh interfaces in the way a mushroom cloud is created by a nuclear explosion? This is unclear. I wish I could show you guys pictures of the Novaya Zemlya cylinders. They were truly beautiful, rising miles into the clear Arctic air, like great alien towers, tinged blue by the vastness of the distances involved. Though it was certainly necessary to destroy them, and we owe the Soviets a great debt for their tireless efforts to collapse the interface. I sometimes wish they were still there. At least then, there would be something. Some evidence. Ooh.
Dude.
Ooh.
I'm looking at every single links right now for this. Well, about the Star Bomba though, I'm aware of that though. Go ahead, sorry.
Okay. So it's saying here, it's confirming that a portal is a large flesh interface. And it's saying that the largest portal to have known to have occurred was in Novaya Zemlya, which is like an
Yeah.
island near
Uh-oh.
Russia, all the way up north.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? We are here for some reason.
We're here.
Okay. It just my internet just cut off. I'm not sure if it's you guys, but it's Lee or anybody else.
So it's very interesting here. So the largest flesh portal was in Novaya Zemlya, and it existed for several weeks before the Russians bombed it with the Tsar bomb. Wait, what was the Tsar bomba? Most powerful
Largest bomb.
nuclear weapon or of any kind ever constructed and tested project of the Soviet Union.
Yes.
Is there a reason why they blew this up, or was this just test in our world?
was
In real history.
This world was testing. I think it was just like a prototype.
So in our world, they just wanted to test the biggest fucking bomb that humanity has ever created. In this story, the biggest fucking bomb that humanity has ever created was used to collapse the biggest fucking flesh portal that ever existed on Earth, which was in the
Oh
Leviathan Maya.
fuck!
So that implies how fucking powerful this thing is, right? Like how
They needed
Yes,
they needed the largest atomic bomb humanity has ever created in order to collapse the portal.
the portal.
Which, like,
Holy shit!
why the fuck did they need to collapse it? Was something coming through? Was it
yeah,
getting
because
unstable?
even the guy is grateful. Like we owe a lot to the Soviets for dealing with this.
There's
Like,
You're correct. There's something bad is about to happen coming out of the
That they
portal to
had
use
to
something
get
big
their biggest bomb that they have
to
to
actually
destroy
close
it.
it. Yeah.
Which begs the question, what the
What
hell
the hell it
was
was?
happening that they needed to explode an entire
Or
island
yeah.
with the star bomb?
we also now know what the portals lead to. Alien sister cities, like whatever that means. What we already now have a location of where these go.
Alien sister cities. I'm not sure if they meant on
Don't see that.
another planet or do they mean another dimension?
It's just alien. It's just
alien.
alien.
Hold on. So, a portal, as the name implies, a way of sending objects between the portal site and wherever the various locations that have been found beyond the portals are located. So, it's not the same place every time. Each portal leads to a different place, and those places are called alien sister cities. We don't know if these sister cities are actually alien civilizations. Maybe it's using alien sister cities as, like, maybe it is like a mirror dimension, right? I'm guessing it's like a mirror dimension of our cities, like it's a sister city, but it's not of Earth. We don't know if there's actually aliens on there, or maybe it's like just a completely empty city, but it completely mimics our architecture. We don't really know what that word means.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing to just drop there for no reason. Like, what the fuck is an alien sister city?
Because I don't think there's like actual aliens, right? I don't think that
No,
there's like
because
an intelligent life on the other side of the portal.
like the definition of alien is just that it's unknown or it's
It's
different
not.
to what
It's
we
not
know.
of Earth. Yes.
Yeah. So
In my head canon, it's like mimics of what our cities look like.
oh, so
That's so
apparel,
cool.
baby, apparel. It also describes another type of like metal cylinder. This one being apparently more fabricated rather than naturally made, because it has
Yeah,
like
it's artifactual.
blinking lights, nodules, antennas.
Yeah,
I
that's also like really cool because the other flesh interfaces, they're completely organic, right? It's made of flesh, it's made of blood. It happens because a bunch of shit died there. This one looks like something, like it looks like SCP type shit, right? There's architecture around it. There's like technology surrounding it, and it has like lights and it has these fucking cylinders. And, like,
Okay.
so they're trying to like make a
You want
base
someone's
out of
beauty
it.
toilet?
This
Sure,
is like
sure. Little known lore.
this is very if you know this, the biblical story, the Tower of Babel.
True.
This is very
Yeah.
Tower of Babel-esque. Oh, to those who don't know, Tower of Babel was a tower built in the Bible to try to reach God. They wanted to like speak with God and be in the same level with God, and God condemned them, saying that humanity should never be on the same level with God. So they cursed humanity with multiple tongues, and that's why all across the world we have different languages, because God cursed us, saying that you can't climb this tower if you can't talk to each other. So I'm gonna give you a hella bunch of languages. So the Tower of Babel failed because the people that wanted to build towards God couldn't do it anymore because they were cursed of having multiple languages. And this is kind of like that, where we have this massive flesh interface. It says that it spans for miles. Like the cylinder
Yeah.
spans for miles up in the air. So I'm guessing like this thing, if you ever watch Spider-Man, in Spider-Verse when Doctor Strange is trying to close the portal in the sky, and then Toby Maguire like, "Am I dead?" I was like, "No, that's real. Yeah, that's real." I'd imagine it's something like that.
Ooh.
Like like it's that big.
Yeah. Uh, which is something that I didn't think of. I was like, yeah, the other interfaces like meters. They're 10 meters long or anything, something like that. These are miles.
Yeah, they're the size of a
These are
person.
massive. These are like, I think skyscraper level kind of.
And then there's just like infrastructure around it. People are
Yeah.
trying to like tame, like the government is trying to take control of something so unnatural. And then eventually they had to bomb it. It was
It
getting
just
so
gets
bad.
to a point.
Out of
It gets out of control. Yeah. That they
That's
just
so
have to
cool.
fucking blow it up with the biggest bomb ever made.
Covering it
Um,
up, saying it was for testing.
Yes. This guy seems to be very fond of it though. Like, it looks like it was his account, like firsthand he saw it. Or at least, oh, well, he does say pictures. I guess at least the pictures he would be there. But from what I got here is like it feels like he was like there, or at least remembers being there. Like, oh, I wish I could show you pictures, guys. It was so peak. It was so funny. But we had to blow it up.
But we had to blow it up.
Yeah, at first I thought like, oh, this was a Soviet agent, but like no, it says we owe the Soviets a great debt. So I'm imagining this is from a different party. Probably the CIA knows about this, and they know that the Soviets bombed the thing because it was getting out of
Yeah.
control. And
Uh,
yes, they are fascinated by it because that's the whole point of the story so far. The CIA is trying to harness the power of these flesh interfaces, and he's like awestruck by the one in Novaya Zemlya because it is the largest flesh interface. So you could only imagine like what stuff we can do with that. But he understands that the Soviets had to explode it, and we are in a great debt that they did. So
oh
cool.
my god. I wonder what the original comment is.
Yeah,
What
link
the
to
f-
comment.
What's
says.
with this guy in r/funny, bro? I'm sad he's gone too.
Rihanna?
Rihanna. Amashta's on Rihanna's face just spawned the comment of that.
And the
Wait.
first comment is where it says,
It's
go
a
and check.
it's a reply to a comment actually. Maybe she can play him in
Comment
the middle
about Chris Brown and Michael
Chris
Jackson.
Brown's one was like, what the fuck? I will like context for this wrong thread. Oh yeah, we just listened to some
I
horrors
love the
beyond our
last
imagination.
comment. I love the last comment that completely ignores the comment above. Like, so wait, Michael Jackson used to look like Chris Brown without the mustache? Like, bro, do you see the comment above yours?
Address the elephant in the room, bro. What are you doing?
I like how he was like, so back to Chris Brown. There is no going
Little-
back. You can't go back.
Ignoring all that.
There's no going back from that comment, man. Like, you can't go back to the original topic of Chris Brown.
Oh my god. Like, anyways, guys, Chris Brown, right?
Chris Brown, guys, right? Am I right, fellas?
Oh my god.
Next post.
Okay. So, is this one right? Title Novaya Zemlya.
Okay, we have to
in-
learn about this.
In response to what the CIA had accomplished with their Antarctic station in Arcticus, the Soviets built a larger station in Novaya Zemlya in the Arctic. 30,000 prisoners and an exceptionally pure gas concentration created a flesh interface which went through all 7 stages in less than 13 minutes and became a full-fledged portal within a
What?
day.
What?
Holy fuck, man.
30,000.
30,000 prisoners and an exceptionally pure gas concentration. Here, a flesh interface, which went through all 7 stages in less than 13 minutes and became a full-fledged portal. Within a day, the typical fluctuating metallic cylinders were visible, and within 3 days, they were extending miles into the sky. The Soviets quickly realized that the portal was growing out of control. In previous instances, they had simply bombed the site from the air, but in this case, the enormous cylinders and attendant incident zone extending to the edge of space prevented this as well as missile strikes. There were also an exceptionally large lateral incident zone around the portal, with cementation occurring miles out of the site. Alarmed by the zone's uncontrolled growth and the growing underground tunnels, aka ant farms, the Soviets worked feverishly to construct a hydrogen bomb of unprecedented power, which could be detonated from outside the incident zone and still collapse the portal. The stated rate of growth in the incident zone provided them with an exact deadline, which they managed to meet with only 2 hours to spare. Any later, and the bomb would not have been placed so as to collapse the interface. In short, the world came within 2 hours being subjected to an uncontrolled flesh interface, and perhaps the end of civilization as we know it. Before the portal was collapsed, however, the Soviets had gained first-hand knowledge of the once so-called sister cities. In other words, somebody had gone into the portal and come back. Oh my god, man. Oh
Dude.
no. Holy shit.
We get so We get so much from this one post. So the first thing that I want to pull out here, in response to what the CIA had accomplished in their Antarctic station in Arctic, the Soviets built a larger station in Novaya Zemlya in the Arctic. So that means the first flesh interface in the Arcticus base was made by the CIA, which, like, I haven't even been thinking of this. The flesh interfaces, they don't just appear, they're created with blood. People make this at the cost of like hundreds of human lives. And the one in Novaya Zemlya took 30,000.
Jesus.
Create one such portal.
So it says there that 30,000 prisoners and a pure gas concentration had created the flesh interface in Novaya Zemlya. And it says that to create a flesh interface, there's like 7 stages. And this flesh interface in Novaya Zemlya went through those 7 stages in 13 minutes to become a portal. So far, we don't really have any context of how long it takes to create a flesh interface, but 13 minutes from, like, 13, like, could you imagine 30,000 prisoners all in one place? They all die from gas, and 13 minutes later, they, like, bind together, they fuse together and make a portal out of each other.
Oh my
Dude.
god.
And it's
don't think
exceptionally large portal.
Like, it
With that many
extends up
people.
to the sky. It extends up to
Yeah.
space.
yeah,
Oh.
that is true. Like at the edge of space, like outside of our atmosphere, it was starting to segment stuff. Which is like crazy. It's so fucking cool. I don't know how they managed to like capture it. Like, oh shit, it's in space now. Oh no.
So it says here the Soviets, hold on. Within a day, the typical fluctuating metal cylinders were visible, and within 3 days, they were extending miles into the sky. Could you imagine that? Like, being a Soviet, you're near the site, and you see the metal cylinder on the ground, like starting to form, and you already know that. 3 days later, you come back to the same facility, that fucking cylinder goes miles into the sky.
Just a
And they
random
get
skyscraper
and they get
appears.
regularly segmented too. Like those shit get cut off all the time, and yet it's still growing.
It's like holy shit. My god, it's just a huge skyscraper that has parts missing out of it, but it still manages to
To grow
stand tall.
miles.
Yeah, and to
Yeah.
keep growing. Like I like how it says that everyone could have been fucked. Like humanity could have been fucked if they didn't meet the deadline, or they didn't um do the bomb within the before 2 hours. If they
Yeah,
were
that's my
any later,
that's
it
my
was over.
favorite part. That's my favorite part about this. Where, okay, reading it back, the Soviets quickly realized that the portal was going out of control. In previous instances, they had simply bombed the site from the air, but in this case, the enormous cylinders and attendant incident zones extending to the edge of space prevented this, as well as missile strikes. This was also there was also an exceptionally large lateral incident zone around the portal, with segmentation occurring miles out of the site. That is so cool. So in previous instances where they had to shut down a flesh interface, they just sent a bomber plane to it and they drop a
Yeah,
bomb on it. But this one is
The
so
Star
big.
Bomber.
This one is so fucking big that they couldn't like drive a plane. They couldn't fly a plane through it because the segmentation zone extends up to the sky, up to space. So they couldn't fly over it. Like because like I think what would happen is if they dropped a bomb on it, the bomb would get segmented and it would be useless. Like it wouldn't detonate. So they just couldn't bomb this thing. So in their desperation, they had to start their own Manhattan project and create an atomic bomb on land. And they had to make it fast before the flesh interface's like incident zone would extend to where the bomb was. And they were 2 hours short. Like at the rate that the flesh interface was growing, if they were 2 hours too late, the bomb would not be effective enough to collapse the portal.
the explosion would have been as powerful. Yeah, it wouldn't. It would. Oh my god, it's just
What I love so much about this is like what I love so much about this, like imagine you're in the Soviets thing of like let's make the biggest flesh interface that we can, guys. Get 30,000 prisoners, put some gas on those motherfuckers. Let's see what's going on. 3 days later, okay, guys, the fabric of reality is about to collapse. We can't close it with our normal means of air bombs because our planes are getting cut in half. We can't send missiles either because the missiles are getting cut in half. It's still growing. It hasn't stopped growing. In fact, this is small for what it is, so it's still gonna get larger. We need to create the biggest fucking atomic bomb and explode it in like
Two
in within
hours.
10 hours or
Oh,
else
10.
everything is fucked. So Soviet engineers start making that atomic bomb, guys. That
no
is so
pressure or
cool.
anything, but the entire humanity's future is on your shoulders. No
It's on
pressure.
your
No.
hands in 10 hours.
That
Oh
was
my god, man.
like
What is the?
in response to the uncontrollable growth, they had to create the largest hydrogen bomb that humanity has ever created. That's so cool.
Oh my god. Good thing it worked, huh? Good thing it worked. I wonder
Thermonuclear weapon.
what the original like post was. R slash mildly interesting. The paint peeling of this sign makes it look like the logo for a metal band. And it looks like the AC/DC logo or
Evacuation
Metallica.
Assembly Area 1.
Featuring their new hit single, the fire exit is located to the left of the stage. So we had to make the biggest bomb ever just so we could close the biggest first flesh interface that was growing out of control thanks to the Soviets.
Okay, so There's actually like three big bombshells from this one post. The first one is, the CIA and the Soviets, they've been making these flesh interfaces for a while. And there's multiple of them, and they just make these things all over the place. The second bombshell that we get is that the one in Novaya Zemlya was so big that the Soviets had to create the largest hydrogen bomb that they could in order to stop it, because the rate of growth of the interface itself, including the tunnels, the underground tunnels that it was creating, was like growing to an exponential rate that they had to blow it up with a hydrogen bomb. And the third bombshell that we get from this is that someone went through the portal and came back.
And came back, yes. I forgot about that.
Dude.
Someone actually
Dude.
survived that shit.
Someone saw the other side.
The sister cities.
And who
Uh,
was it?
It might be in the
like-
next post. It might
True.
be.
Okay. I
Alright.
think next one is Redmond.
Yep. Okay. Lisa's dream. I've always found Lisa's dream to be a good starting place when trying to understand the psychological effects of travel. Lisa was a 9-year-old girl sent through the Groom Lake interface in
Area
1975.
That's Area 51.
Oh. The
Oh,
Groom
shit.
Lake interface connects to the so-called sister city, technically persistent locus, known as the Hanging Temples. She stayed there for 5 days of normal time, but only 48 seconds of beyond time, a marked discrepancy. Upon returning, she did not recall anything beyond becoming drowsy for a moment. She slept well that night, and in the morning she recounted a dream to the doctors before dying later in the day. A direct transcript of the audio from her interview. It was spring and it had been raining all day, but the rain stopped just before it was going to be sunset. So all the clouds were purpley and the sky was really orange. And the grass was all wet with rain, and there were fireflies around, like all in the sky, way up in the sky, big ones. And me and my grandma went out to these hills way out past the edge of town. And under the hills there were people sleeping, not in caves. They were buried under the hills. The people were asleep, but they were hugging each other. Families, like moms and dads and little kids, just packed together, a few thousand. The hills were blown up like balloons because they were so full of people, like a pregnant woman's stomach. My grandma told me to lie down, but I didn't want to. She laid down and she got sucked into the ground. I heard her voice coming out of the ground telling me to come inside.
Dude. Okay.
Damn.
So this story tells of a girl named Lisa. A 9-year-old girl went through a flesh interface in 1975 in Area 51, and the other side is called the Hanging Temples. When we look at the Hanging Temples, oh my god, this is so cool. It's a monastery in China where it's like a temple built into a rock. That's just a name. That might not actually be what it looks like. But
Oh, I think I've seen this picture before in like a video.
I know
Yeah.
I know this because I played Civilization. You could build this exact structure in Civilization. So anyway, the girl went through, and it says here she stayed there for 5 days of normal time, but only 48 seconds of beyond time, a marked discrepancy. So she went in the portal for 5 days, and after 5 days she came back, but like when she was in the portal itself, she was only there for 48 seconds. So her being through the portal on the other side only lasted 48 seconds, but when she came back, she was gone for 5 days. Kind of
Holy
like how,
shit.
like in Interstellar, the
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
like goes into space and like time's different. So that's and they come back and like he's like way younger than he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then it says here that we actually got uh a description of what she saw when she came back, and she died shortly after. And she said that um she is describing a town with hills, and it's like evening, it's like dusk. And then she's with her grandma and she goes to these hills, and the hills are, as she said, pregnant with people in the hill.
In the hills.
Like people that got sucked in the hill, and it's like bursting. And then his grandma is like telling Lisa to join her. And the grandma lays down and gets sucked into the ground. And then
Ugh.
is like tempting her to join. Now, what I'm thinking is what I'm guessing is that the people that are in the hills, the people that are like being sucked into the ground, I suppose those are the people that were killed to create the flesh interface in Area 51. Because, like we know, to create a flesh interface, you need flesh. So you have to kill a bunch of people to open one. So I'm guessing that the people in the hill are the people that were used to create the flesh interface in Groom Lake. But the grandma is interesting. It's either the grandma actually was a part of the Area 51, like, sacrifices to create the flesh portal, or the grandma is like a part of Lisa's quote unquote dream. Because I don't think, this is my theory, I don't think she's actually seeing this. I think this is a hallucination. Like, this is
Yeah.
what she sees when she's on the other side, but I don't think this is actually what's
Well,
on
it
the other
does.
side.
It does say that this is like a dream. This is like her dream, and this is like the interview. Like she woke up after going to the other side or with the sister city. She felt drowsy. She fell asleep. Then she had this dream. She woke up, and this is what they told to the interviewer, and then she dies.
Yes, so this is not what the sister city looks like. Like, I don't think Lisa ever saw the sister city because, like you said, she immediately passed out and
Yeah,
had this dream.
she did. I
But
I
I'm
think she did
guessing,
see it. It's just that she doesn't remember it for some reason.
but like
Uh,
it was in her dream, and like in her dream, this is what the sister city looked like. It was a town with people consumed in the hills.
I like the description of the sky, of like the clouds being purple
Purpley and orange.
and the sky being really orange.
And there's like
Kind of.
fireflies. It's very idyllic. It's like a child's perspective of what an idyllic night sky would look like. And then there's the hills filled with people. Like pregnant with people.
Uh,
This is complete too.
rest in peace, Lisa. Sadly, she died in Groom Lake. Which
It
is
doesn't
apparent-
help that when I think of Lisa, I think of Lisa Simpson.
Yeah,
It
I
does
was
not
gonna.
help.
I was trying to. Lisa Simpson.
I don't
Simpsons.
I don't like the origin of this comment. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh god, this wolf looks horrified. R/funny. Why is it R/funny again, bro? What the fuck is up with this R/funny subreddit? Have you ever heard the wolf whimper in abject terror to the full corn moon? Thank you. That was the best thing I've seen today. There was a 9-year-old girl called Lisa who went through a fresh portal and managed to see one of the sister cities, and then she died abruptly after. However, she did have a dream beforehand. What the actual fuck? Oh my
So
god.
cool.
There's a comment that is like, the one by Too Evil.
Yeah, I'm seeing
Uh,
that too, but it's not from Mother Horseye, so I'm wondering
I
if it's this.
think in ARGs it's common to have like hijackers. I think that's what they call them, which is people that insert themselves to the story.
Yeah, so this is
Even
not
though,
canon. If it's not
yeah,
from Mother Horseye, we can consider it like not part of the story.
unless it
Okay.
appears in the master post, then maybe. But no,
Yes,
it
I think
doesn't
the
seem
Master
like it.
Post. Yes, I think the Master Post is.
Because this does happen in other ARGs, right? Like people are like either doing it out of like, oh, I want to be part of this, or just to sabotage. They insert
Yeah,
themselves into the
some
story.
ARGs do have audience participation.
Yes,
So they do have this, but I don't think the Mother Horseye is one of them. Honestly, I think it's just
Yeah,
the
it's
random
just,
rambling.
this guy randomly dropping insane shit lore in r/funny.
It's a lot on r/funny for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, like so far, like most of these posts have been on r/funny. Some of the other posts have been on other subreddits, but for some reason now it's only r/funny. Okay.
Next post.
It's I think it's still Redmond.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
Post 12. Only a
Post
matter
12.
of time.
All right. Only a matter of time. It would be easy to say that the Soviets discovered the secret of survivable travel because they were more ruthless, more willing to sacrifice innocent lives. But there was no lack of ruthlessness on the part of the CIA. It was just a matter of approach. The Soviets approached the mystery of the flesh interfaces the same way they approached their space program. The first humans in space, the so-called lost cosmonauts, who were never officially acknowledged, were just ordinary people, culled from the gulags, with no more control over their missions than Laika the dog. The Americans, on the other hand, started with professional men, usually from the military. Likewise, when it was discovered that objects and even animals which entered the flesh interfaces occasionally returned unharmed, the Americans began training men to enter the interfaces. Because they called their men from certain military ranks, they were all they were all of similar ages. The Soviets, however, used prisoners who had much wider age range, and they were able to discover the essential correlation. The younger a person was, the more likely they were to survive travel, and the longer they would survive after travel. They discovered that 20 somethings were much more likely to survive, albeit in a horribly altered state, than older people. They discovered that people in their early 20s fared better than those in their late 20s. Teenagers fared even better. So, despite all moral compunction, they were, it was a really matter of time before they sent a child through. It was the only after the first round of children went through that they gained any idea of what was on the other side.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So it says here that the Soviets that this part is so cool where it says that the Soviets approached the mystery of the flesh interfaces the same way they approach their space program. They just sent like random people through from gulags. Like because the CIA does it differently. The CIA would get like people of the military, like professional people, people that actually work for the government, and they would send them through. The Soviets just grabbed little Timmy from the gulag, like little Timmy, you're going through the portal. Tell us what you find, and then they find that that the younger the person is, the more likely they were to actually the survive the travel of going through a portal. And it says here that it was only after the first round of children went through that they gained any idea what was on the other side.
That's fucked.
So it says that like this implies that the adults that went through, the 20-year-olds, the 30-year-olds, they were too altered, they were too broken to describe what they saw. But
Yeah.
like only after the first round of children went through, that's when they were able to interrogate the children and know what was on the other side.
Be- because I guess the children wouldn't have like any idea what's happening, so they just describe it. And I guess uh,
No, no, no.
a
I
more
think
adult person would be more
no.
fucked up.
I think no. I think the adult people are dead. Are like completely disfigured that they can't describe it because like the military people, right? They're trained, especially the CIA. They're trained to tell you what's on the other side, but they say that when they come back, they're altered. So I'm assuming that when the adults go through, they're too broken to explain what they saw, but the children are in a good enough state that they can say what they saw.
Fair enough. Yeah. I do like the contrast between the USA and the Soviets, or the CIA and the Soviets. So basically, again, like they don't fucking care. They're gonna send whatever they have at their disposal, and I'm just
Just send a fucking
imagining.
rock.
Yeah,
I,
they
I'm
found
uh,
out.
I'm imagining
They
the
found
CIA
out.
being like, "Hurrah, freedom! Let's go through hell or whatever. Just go in there," and they just fucking die afterwards.
And they found out that like children are the best candidate to send through.
Which is like, yeah, something they would have never found out because they were all military. They all had to go through military. They're all adults.
Which means like the
Um,
most fruitful experiments are used from children that don't know any better. Like they
I-
don't know.
ooh. I don't like where this is going, guys. I'm gonna be
Because at least
Yeah.
with the military, right? They've probably been fed with the propaganda of like do it for your country, like
yeah, for
we'll take
freedom,
good care of your
hurrah!
family. Like little Timmy here, fresh from the gulag, and was like just chuck him in there, see what's
Go
let's see
through,
what
or we're
happens.
gonna fucking kill you and your family. How about that?
Go through, or I'm gonna stomp your face in, little child.
Oh no, I don't want that. Let me go in.
And then incomprehensible horrors beyond my beyond my human comprehension. Oh.
That was an interesting trip. I'm gonna die in the next 5 days now. Awesome.
No, they die in like the same fucking day. Cause like Lisa died like
After
the same
describing
day.
that dream. Yeah.
Yeah, after describing the dream.
Oh yeah, she died that day. Yeah, I thought she died. Yeah, true.
No.
Like, oh my god.
Seems like these people in quote unquote altered state. It's like some kind of a extreme radiation or something like that, like the previous.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
says
said.
here that the younger the person was, the more likely they were to survive travel, and the longer they would survive after travel. So I'm guessing what this means is that when they were sending the adults through, they'd come back and they were dead. They were either dead
Mhm.
or they were augmented, like they
Disfigured.
couldn't
Or
intervene.
they're extremely
Yeah.
disfigured. Yeah.
Yes.
I guess here what they imply by altered is like, yeah, it could have been physical changes or also mental changes. Like they were just extremely fucked up. That they
It
couldn't do
can be
anything.
both. Yeah, it can be both.
So the adults were either dead or they were fucked up, but the children had a more likelihood to survive and tell, like explain what they saw. And looking at the origin of this comment was
I
about
swear to God,
Dave
Vic. I
Chappelle
swear to God, bro.
on-
Oh, this one's different finally. R/ today I learned. Wow. Today I
Is it
learned.
bad that I actually like Dave Chappelle?
Today I learned Prince just okay. So Prince is here again for some reason. That's the second time Prince is being mentioned. Prince used an image of Dave Chappelle dressed as him on the cover of his 2013 single, Breakfast Can Wait. When asked about it, Chappelle said, "What am I going to do? Sue him for using a picture of me dressed up like him? That's checkmate right there." So, we send children to the other side.
So the Soviets grabbed a bunch of children from the Gulag and tossed them through the flesh portal. And they found out that the younger the person is, the more likely to survive, and the older they were, well, either
I
dead
like
or disfigured.
I like the comment by I_Jaws-blue_ myself. Truly enlightening. Peak cinema.
Truly enlightening.
And then this guy's like, wrong Rith. Actually,
Wrong
Why is the hang on? Why is one of these usernames called Ass Cancer Poet and Penis Butt?
I don't know, man. It's fucking Reddit. I don't know.
you will have the most insane shit dropped to you ever, and then someone will follow it up with the username Ass Cancer Poet and Penis Dash Butt.
And also
Penis butt
fucking
thing, bravo.
where are these usernames though? It says left shoe
It's Reddit,
18
man.
It's Reddit,
and
yeah.
Artverb.
Worse, it's 10-year-old Reddit. Like, we don't know what these guys were up to, man.
This is 2015 Reddit, bro.
Before
We're-
like the Fire Nation attacked.
we're in the prehistoric era, son. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's like before the shit bad things happened into this website.
All right.
Next
one. Next one is you, Antlee.
The
13
village.
posts, the village. Until we found the village, we had suspected that the detectors were just props, just toys given to us by the CIA guys to reassure us. Nobody trusted the spooks. 3 days through the jungle, all these detectors had not detecting a fucking thing. But before we even saw the first hut, the needles on all the detectors started moving in unison. If they were phony toys, it was a cool little special effect. The needles swayed back and forth, and all the little metal boxes out of this spooky ooh wow sound all in unison, like a school choir. Very weird. We turned them off. As instructed, we treated every Vietnamese as combatants and killed them all. There wasn't any resistance. Few had weapons, but most were unarmed. None fought back. They didn't even run. They were just sitting around, lazing in the sun, and we shot them where we found them. Grim work. Very weird. That probably spooked us out more than the detectors. It was like they were waiting to die. After clearing the village, we didn't know what to do, so we turned one of the detectors on and wandered around to see what was up. The detector started going nuts around one of the bigger huts in the middle of the village. We'd already cleared it, but we went in again. There was a big altar inside with candles and Buddhas and gold signs with think writing and shit. We figured maybe one of the Buddha statues was setting the detectors off, but no. The hut was very hot and muggy. Even by the incredibly humid standards of Vietnam, it was incredibly humid in there. Even the Buddha statues were sweating. Their faces were literally coated with drops of moisture. Everybody noticed that there was something weird going on with the air. There was something off about the pressure. So we just tossed everything. Picked up all the shit and tossed it out of the hut. Sure enough, when we picked up the big platform that held the altar, there was something under it. It was a pit made of flesh. Maybe 5 feet across and going down about 20 feet before curving out of the site. When I say made of flesh, I mean it looked like the inside of somebody's throat. wet, reddish, flesh-looking stuff. We have heard of them building tunnels, but this was, well, we really didn't even understand what we were looking at. It was breathing. The flesh kind of rippled and this hot air came out, and it felt and smelled just like somebody was breathing right in your face. Enough to make you sick. They told us we would know when we saw it. Well, we saw it, and we knowed it. We radioed the coordinates, got the fuck out of there. So, that's this story goes back to the second post where it's talking about how the CIA in Nam, they used to isolate the villages and like
yeah.
drug them with LSD, and they would make these flesh portals, and this is like the military finding one. This isn't, and this is like, if you notice the perspective of this story,
Yeah,
the way
I
it's
was
being
gonna
told
mention
is
that.
it's from a soldier. It's not from any CIA. It's not from the Soviets. It's not from like anyone that knows of this. It's from a Vietnam like veteran, like an American soldier that went through Vietnam, and this is what they found.
Yeah.
So when they came across the village, their detectors were going off, and then when they found the people there, they were unresponsive. Like they had weapons, but they weren't doing anything. They were just, as they said, waiting to die. And when they cleared the village, they found a big hut with an altar. And when they remove the altar, they just find a throat. They find a mouth in the floor. And it was like breathing. And like, that's what a flesh interface is. It's like a tunnel made of flesh. It's like a throat in the ground. That is what a flesh interface is. And they found it, radioed in the coordinates, and got the fuck out. Dude. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's like holy shit. Like you can immediately tell this is not the same guy who like has been telling us all these things because of the swear words, right? Like that's the first thing I noticed, the swear words. Like
Yeah,
Because
this
this
is from a
is a soldier.
Clearly.
It's a POV.
although I am wondering what spooks is because nobody trusted the spooks.
What is that? The spooks. What's that?
A ghost
I think that's
specter,
that just
ghost
meant
rider.
like, yeah. I think that just meant like the creepy shit. Like, oh, they gave us these detectors and like there's ghosts or something. Like this is like an EMT thing. Not an EMT. What's it called? Phasmophobia? EM something.
EMF.
EMF,
something like
yeah.
that.
I
Yeah.
Like the
no,
EMF reader. Like,
I think it could be something else. I think I've heard people say spooks like feds to be used for like federal agents.
yeah, it could just be in reference to the CIA. So it's either saying like nobody really believed in ghosts, or nobody really
Yeah.
believed in the
Why
CIA.
are people in the
federal.
CIA called spooks? Because I think there's a conversation in Deadlock that refers to the CIA as the spooks. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
is is that it? But yeah, we finally have like an actual description of what a flesh portal is. It's just a huge throat, just a massive
It's a
fucking throat.
throat in the ground. It's a tunnel made of flesh, and it breathes. You can
And it
feel the
smells
hot
like
air.
someone breathing. So that's kind of fucked up. That grossed me out. The
Yeah,
fact that it has a smell.
it smells and feels like someone breathing in your face.
Uh,
That's so cool.
so what I get the feeling of what happened here is that people like whenever they were gonna kill people and they didn't do anything, it's because they were already on the LSD, right? They were already on that trip.
About
They
that.
were already being enlightened. So they just didn't care. They were already in the process of either expanding their already made portal, or they just created one at the moment of the shooting. So that's why I think that's why they didn't do anything, because they were already on like LSD. They were just waiting for the final step to be fulfilled in order
be
to create
done,
that
yeah.
flesh roller. Yeah.
But just to come to think of it, of like that said, that tunnel made of flesh, like
Oh, hey, Captain, how are you?
could
What is
just
this? It's a
imagine
story. It's a really good story.
he did the right
If you want
thing.
more
The
context,
soldier did
you
the
can
right
watch
thing
the
to
previous stream.
like
But
get the fuck
TLDR.
out from there.
There's been
You know,
portals made out of people
I'd rather
dying,
not be curious
being
and actually
induced with
jump down
LSD.
there. I just run.
Yeah,
He
The
did the right
CIA and the
thing.
Soviets have been
I am
the
experimenting with that and
funniest
creating
part. It's like,
portals.
you'll
Yeah.
know it when you see it. I was like, well, we saw it.
Well,
We
we
saw
saw
it.
we
it,
saw
and
it.
we know it, and we know that I like that. It's so funny. Know it.
Because like that's
not a
definitely
word.
something a Fed would tell you, like, when you see it, you'll know. And like, okay, bro. And then you see it, like, this is what he meant.
That's probably it. That's probably it.
Like, cause like
Oh.
you can imagine like the conversation where the soldier is just annoyed by this Fed, and the Fed is like, when you see it, you'll know what it is. It's like, okay. And then the
Figure
guy
it out.
sees it. It's like,
Like,
you
oh.
piece of shit. Like,
It's like,
you motherfucker.
he has made me see horrors beyond my imagination. You
It's
fool.
like it looks like it looks like something what the Alien franchise would have here, but it's not the alien part. It's just made of just human flesh. I don't
Yeah.
It's just a
like.
throat tunnel.
Yeah, a pulsating is making a breathing noise, especially hot air.
It
Oh
smells
God.
and feels like someone's breathing in your face. That's so
Mhm.
cool.
It's disgusting yet so cool. If you
Was
think
there a
When we
about
look
it.
at the origin,
Oh, that's my Windows background. I'm
of
using
post.
desktop.
It's from r/today I learned. It says here, today I learned in 1984, a
It-
1-year-old
it only happens when I
received a
alt F.
heart transplant from a baboon, but ended up dying 21 days later due to rejection. When questioned with why a baboon and not a primate, more closely related to humans, the surgeon said he didn't believe in evolution. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I guess they're talking about flesh and stuff, so maybe that's how they made the connection. Like, flesh. I know something that's huge and has flesh. That's right, the fucking tunnel. The fucking portal.
The flesh tunnel that I found in the Vietnam village when on my time in the war.
I am reading through this guy's common history, and I don't know whether I'm thoroughly impressed or spooked out of my mind.
They really feel like SCP entries. I wonder if the writer would consider putting them in SCP website. I don't think this will ever be an SCP. I think it's on its own thing because I'd rather have it like its own thing, like what we're reading it right now.
Is the story a real thing? It's a
I
story,
prefer
I
it
think.
this way.
I hope it's not a
SCP
real
is
thing.
a different thing, I should say,
Yeah.
because obviously there's multiple SCPs. So for this one, I'd rather keep it its own thing because this is also fucking interesting.
Yeah.
So, I'll send this to Urko. I'm like, hey, Urko, do you know that there's...
Oh, yeah.
He's in Nam right now. Maybe he'll
Are you-
find one. Urko, look under your carpet. Look under your bed.
Look under your
Flip your
carpet right now.
bed.
Do you see a huge throat breathing? You feel very humid right now.
You know how it's really hot in your room? Can you like flip your bed for a second, see what's under there?
Hey, can you go to one of the churches over there and see if
Yeah, you
what's on the
just go
altar
around
down
flipping
there?
your stuff around, see what's up. you
Yeah.
know, for no
Do you
reason.
see like a flesh, like a hole that goes downwards? Do you
Is
smell
this
something?
just a story or is it a real thing? I mean, it could be real. I don't know.
I hope it's just a story, you know. Personally, I don't want to live in the world where out of nowhere there could be a flesh portal under me and horrors beyond my imagination start gripping into my real life. I wouldn't want that, so let's hope it's a story. Do you know the boys are back in town to kill you? Oh no.
Very cool.
Who?
Very cool. Very cool.
Alright.
Next post
It's still you.
The next
Yeah, it's still
post.
you.
is post number 14, titled "Encasement." Oh, this one's long. Encasement was certainly not something we were expecting. It really changed our whole perspective on what exactly was occurring. We thought that the flesh interfaces were just like pipes that went from one location to another, perhaps extra dimensionally or by some other magic. But when the first subject came back encased, we realized that, well, I'm not sure what we realized. Oh, thanks. But no. Hold on, sorry.
Oh,
Uh, my sister's trying to stuff like bread into my mouth. Hold on. No. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways, um, we realized that. Well, not sure what we realized. We realized for the thousandth time in our dealings with the flesh interfaces that we were dealing with something really beyond us. This is why I call it magic. They were so far from our understanding was basically like meddling with some kind of black magic. The first subject to come back encased was an 8-year-old girl we named Jingles.
mm. Mm.
Oh, so Jingles went through a portal and came back encased. We started naming the kids' dogs' names to try to depersonalize them to assuage the guilt. This was done by the recommendation of CIA psychiatrists, but it didn't work very well. We all still felt like shit, but what choice did we have? Could we just ignore the flesh interfaces and not study them? Perhaps, but you must realize that the Soviets were also studying them. That changed the whole equation. If they, well, the ethical issues have been debated to death, what's done is done. We dropped the bomb on Hiroshima, we gave those blankets to the Indians, and we sent those kids through those portals, and it's now all just a part of history. Hold on, what does this mean? Give blankets to the Indians.
I'm also curious.
A history of Native American disease and of epidemics fundamentally composed of two elements: indigenous disease, those brought by the settlers to the old world, which transmitted far beyond the initial points. So this was the the new world plague, when the old
Oh.
world came to the new world and basically gave the natives, like the common
Black
flu,
Plague,
which they
yeah.
have never experienced in their entire life, and they all just died. I see.
No, interesting.
So it's saying here like, we already bombed Hiroshima. We
Yeah, like,
fucking massacred the
we're
Native Americans when we went to America. What's a couple kids through a portal?
we're already fucked up. Like whatever.
And this is really interesting. Like, it's saying like, what are we gonna do? Just ignore them? I mean, the Soviets are studying this thing. What if the
Yeah,
Soviets know something that we don't? So like,
I
we
I
might as
like how
well.
it's a play on the Cold War. Like yeah, of course they would be like Cold War that would drive them to do this shit. Of course. Damn it.
So after this one, it says, anyways, we sent Jingles into the flesh interface, and an object returned 2 minutes later, which is a pretty long time for an interface. It was a large organic sock
There's a main character fucker.
lined
It's
with
not that there's a
veins
main character.
vaguely resembling a
It's more like
human lung,
recollections of
about
stories.
4 feet long. 4 feet. Oh, we x-rayed it and saw the skeleton inside and cut it open. Surely enough, Jingles was inside, naked and covered in blood, no hair on her head. There was an umbilical cord attached to her belly
What
button,
the fuck?
which was
You.
attached to a sort of placenta. Could you imagine a
What the
4 foot,
fuck?
like a 9-year-old infant in like a fetus in a
So
placenta?
she
Oh
was
my
just reborn,
god!
basically. Ew.
She was reborn.
Ugh.
What the fuck?
I thought encasing meant like I don't know a coffin,
Like a
not
box.
this.
Yeah, same here. I wasn't
Not
expecting that.
an actual embryo type shit. Ugh.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck, bro? Oh my god. I like how there's like a link to placenta as if you didn't
Yeah, I
know.
know. Do not look at that. Do not look at that.
We cannot look at this on streams. we
Yeah,
cannot
you
look
should
at
not.
this on
You should
stream.
not look at this on stream.
Oh my god. Ram just read something normal. This is normal. What are you on about? This is normal. I like how there's also links to magic and black magic. Like, I wonder what magic is.
I haven't really to click on that, but the placenta is the one that I got curious about. It's like I didn't know that that was the word for it.
I am not clicking on
But
that route.
yeah, do not
Uh,
click on that. Do not click on that.
Oh my god. It's just large organic sac lined with veins, vaguely resembling a human lung.
Is Lee still here? Hello.
And learn, did you die?
Oh. I hope you did not.
If you died again. I did
Oh,
see that you
no.
guys sent me a message at like 2 a.m. Like, well, I'm
Yeah.
hmm.
Thing
I
here
was-
is that that
Yeah.
shit is still stuck in my mind, bro. When the fucking oh.
Oh.
Okay,
Uncle
so
Ben,
what I
what
was
I- oh,
saying
no.
is that
I see.
I really thought it's like some kind of a encasing of a
Yeah, like
of a box, but the question is, we haven't even finished. We haven't even finished reading the
the entire
the-
paragraph. Yeah.
the paragraph. What the fuck did they do to her
Yeah, I
just to
like
get her
how
in that thing?
they're like, oh yeah, we're just calling her like by like dog names or puppy names just because we cannot.
Yeah.
It's just better for a mental. But we know what's going on. It's fucked up. But
It's
we
way
already
too fucked up.
we already did questionable things anyway. What's another one, right? For the team guys. Okay, man. But I don't know why they would use I guess it's correct the way that they use encasement here. Like,
I
yeah,
know,
they're
right? Yeah.
inside. It's just that when you say encasement, you think of cases. You think of like something plasticky or wooden or anything like that.
Box, wood, yeah.
Not
But
like
no, this is something
flesh.
else. When they mention like when it was mentioned, is large organic sac lined with veins vaguely resembling a human lung, about 4 feet long. What the fuck? And did they X-ray it and saw a skeleton inside and cut it open? What?
And yeah, she was inside.
She was
Oh,
reborn.
he survived.
What the heck? My internet is trying to sabotage me, man.
Not again.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
thinking the same. Not now though. We still have things to do.
Man, my PLDT really didn't want me to read this story. Anyways,
They're reading.
Oh my
at the
god.
same time, I was also just having an emergency. Princess apparently had a spider crawl on her arm. She was freaking out.
Oh.
Anyways, we're back.
Do not let that spider bite her, or she becomes Spider Girl.
Pretty sure it's a harmless spider, like the Prince of Spider-Man. Actually, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
She was sleeping on the ceiling.
Oh.
Anyways, hold on, where were we?
In the
Uh,
placenta. The placenta thing.
The after placenta.
Yeah.
We had a problem with the surgeons trying to harm her. It was later realized that her blood, its blood, the blood from the sac, had high concentrations of an exotic LSD analog. It was getting absorbed through the skin. The placenta was like an LSD factory, pumping out millions of doses. This particular blend made people pretty violent, so we had to put on containment suits. Jingle's skin was flawless, like a newborn's. No wrinkles on the back of her neck, no wrinkles on her palms except major ones. She had the form of an 8-year-old girl, but seemed a lot newer. We did MRIs on her bone plates and found that they were still highly underdeveloped, as if she was newborn. We wondered, is this really Jingles or some kind of clone? What sort of apparatus could have possibly produced this clone, and why? After a day of observation, she awoke. We weren't sure if her mind was still there. Perhaps she had been wiped clean. So we waited, asking her questions. At first, her behavior was like that of an infant, just smiling and gurgling and clasping her hands. Oh, her behavior. Oh man, clasping her hands. It was pretty eerie seeing that kind of behavior from an 8-year-old. Really, it was pretty eerie looking at her at all. Her skin was so pure and glowing. She looked like an absolute angel, and we, well, anyways. After a while, she started babbling, saying little phrases, and in a matter of hours, she seemed to progress through the various stages of development. Her sentences structure, her sentence structure and awareness becoming more and more sophisticated, dude. Oh, that's so cool. As soon as she could understand sentences, hold on, I lost it. As soon as she could understand sentences, we started questioning her again. Who was she? She said her name. She knew her past. It wasn't just a blank clone. This may or may not have been the original girl, but she seemed to have the same mind as the original. So then we asked her the question we wanted to know. We wanted to know. The question that has plagued us for years. The question that led us, in the face of all humanity and morality, to send a child into a living apparatus of death. What did you see? What was on the other side? Her expression grew thoughtful. She was such a thoughtful, bright girl. We chose her for her intelligence. So young and bright, and we just threw her. Anyways, she thought about the question, and it seemed then that we would finally get an answer. A real answer. I remember this sense of anticipation in the room. It was like nothing I've ever felt before or since. Remember, I quit the program that day, so I was never able to question another subject. Anyways, she said to us, inside the chamber, I started to feel drowsy. Everything changed. And I knew what I saw. I'd seen it before. I said it to myself. This is like the room in Grammy's house. The quiet room. We asked her what she meant by this. She replied with these words. Her final words before she simply stopped living and sat there dead with her eyes still on us. She said, "Come onto these yellow sands." Oh, that's so cool, dude.
Oh my god.
That's so
The
Uh,
link
awesome.
does. The link does
yeah,
not
the link doesn't
go
work.
to anything.
Server not found.
All right. Wayback Machine.
So,
Yeah.
Come onto these yellow sands was a Shakespeare play. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see if we
So
have
this
any
was like-
snapshots. We can.
There is
Come
2000.
onto these yellow sands. AI mode
2000
not interested.
2016 is where it's peaked again.
Yeah. So 10
Yeah,
years
this is
ago.
when the ARG was, happening. Yeah, it's Shakespeare. Come onto these yellow sands.
So, did this guy's okay? First of all, like I like how the more the story goes, the more he's like regretful about what he did. That by the end, she's just recounting about the girl. Like she was intelligent, she was very thoughtful.
And then
We
he
just
quit
threw
that
her.
same day. He was
Yeah.
like, nope,
In the
that's
ma-
it.
In
Like-
the matter of like small time, after the girl waking up, she became more sophisticated as fast as she could. From there, from having like an infant, acting like an infant to a sophisticated
Like, yeah,
mind.
within 2 hours. Could you imagine an 8-year-old that looks like an infant and acts like an infant? Oh my god.
Yeah,
And
just a
then-
huge baby.
and you're just watching it for 2 hours, and in the span of 2 hours he goes from babbling to smiling to forming sentences to speaking in
Fucking Shakespearean or
that's
old time English.
that's so
Like,
cool, man.
so I guess it's either this girl that came out is either a clone or whatever happened to the girl, she
actually
just made
her.
her renew.
So
Uh,
okay, let's analyze this story. So it says here at the start, um this was when they found out that sometimes subjects would come back encased. And when they were encased, what they mean by encased is, you know, they have a uterus. They've been returned with a uterus around them and a placenta. And it says here, and it's not even like a infant placenta. No, it's the same size that they were when they went in.
yeah.
Which, like, could you imagine, like, an infant with the body of a 22-year-old? And it's like, and it
No,
looks like it has no wrinkles, it has no hair, its skin is perfect and like, but it's like as big as an adult, and it's like babbling around, clapping its hands, smiling with no teeth. Oh, it's so cool.
yeah, it's just like huge baby, like just even like the 20-year-olds, right? They would sometimes come like this. So imagine just a huge fucking baby just being there.
That's so, oh,
Uh,
that's so cool. And the placenta, it is creating this like exotic LSD that makes people violent. And it says there's like millions of doses. And the girl is like completely covered in this, and she's like absorbing the LSD through her skin to a point where there was so much LSD the people had to like wear suits so that they didn't get like drugged by the LSD from the placenta.
yeah. I guess she was also serving it through the umbilical cord, which is
Yeah,
also a
yeah, she
thing.
was like covered in LSD. The umbilical cord was getting pumped inside there full of LSD. There's like a million doses of LSD inside this one girl. That's
And
so
it's
cool.
probably the same LSD where she also possibly got killed. She passed away from that said overdosage of LSD.
I like how her death isn't even like she had a heart attack or she started convulsing or no, she just sat there and died. Like, yeah, after just a brief moment, she just
Like
died.
still looking at them.
Yeah, she just stopped responding and everything. Like, no,
Because that's how
uh,
that's how like old people die, right?
yeah,
They You know how Jimmy this is quite the reference, but you remember in Better Call Saul when Jimmy's mom dies? She dies like mid-sentence. She dies like speaking. She dies talking, looking at Chuck. And that's how she dies. That's the same way that this child dies. Like
like,
there's no heart attack, there's no seizure, there's no like big bang. She just stops breathing and stops living.
and we think of those
That's
as like
so
natural deaths. So this was technically a natural death. It's just,
She like died of old age
yeah,
or something
she just evolved so
Rapidly
much.
aging.
in a span of hours. She like
Yeah.
But her
died
physical
in
body
like,
was still that of a giant baby, of a 8-year-old baby, a 9-year-old baby. It's just her mind grew and grew and grew.
oh, that's so gross. Could you imagine like if a 22-year-old like got encased and you're like watching over them for 3 hours. In the first couple hours they're like, acting like a newborn, but by the third hour you're speaking to them, but they still look like an. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that's what
so
I'm saying. It's just a
cool.
giant baby. Ew. Ew.
That's so
Where,
cool.
where does this where did this huge fucking drop come from?
It's The Martian. It's the
Arsh
movie The
r
Martian,
slash movies.
Which I've actually watched. Yes, I have watched.
Yeah. China official says film The Martian shows Americans want space cooperation. And everything is deleted. Like everything is fucking deleted.
Yeah, that comment got
Like,
deleted when
It
it
got
was highlighted.
archived. It got archived. It's just that everything else got deleted. It got nuked.
That's crazy.
No one else
And
talks
also, why
about it.
does off topic? Why does Matt Damon look like that in the picture? What the hell?
Content removed by moderator. Boo! Boo!
It's Reddit. What do you
Come
expect?
on.
These guys take their job a bit too seriously, right? These are
I
just
mean-
fucking Redditors, man.
Okay. I do have to say, being a moderator, because like imagine if in your server, right, one of your members just posts like, an 8-year-old girl went through the flesh portal and came back encased in a placenta, pumping her with LSD, and she
Bannerd?
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 Damn.
He sniffed too much coffee, man.
Snorting coffee
That-
was
that-
the change, bro.
That really does sound like what Bannard would do.
Like, do you
per se.
do something as a mod? Like, do you ban the guy? Do you delete his post? Like, what the fuck
That
do you
is
do?
true. I guess I didn't consider like oh yeah,
In
these
the
guys are no
rules.
fun, but like,
Like in the rules, like, oh, keep it in topic. Don't be racist. Like, come on, guys.
don't
let's be-
mention any flesh
fully-
portals, guys. I want to make that very clear. Don't mention the flesh
Af-
portals.
After this post, they had to update the rules. Like, okay, guys, we need to stop talking about the flesh portals.
Anyone that
Getting
mentions
out of
flesh
hand.
portals are banned, okay?
That
Oh
is
my
so
god.
funny.
Okay.
That's so funny.
Oh man, what the fuck
And
is
the
going
thing
on?
at the end, the Shakespearean quote. What does that mean? So here's the quote. Come onto these yellow sands and then take hands. Curtsied when you have and kissed the wild waves whist. Footed featly here and there the sweet sprites bear. The burden hark burden dispersely within bow wow. The watchdogs bark, burden dispersely within bow wow. Hark, I hear the strain of what? What is fucking Shakespeare
It's-
cooking, man?
It's Middle English, man. This shit's fucked up.
So wait, what does this mean?
What
Hold
the
on.
yellow sands and then they cans.
So it means like it's like it's like the grandma from the hills, like come and
Inviting,
That is
come and
true.
see.
Actually,
the person
yeah,
is being invited.
it has some parallels with the people inside the hills. Like this person was also buried. They were
Isn't that
inviting
also the
people to be
same thing?
buried.
Isn't that also the same thing where it's like they were hugging inside that hill?
Did they
Is
mention
it
that? I
like
think they did.
trying to pull more people in through the portal, like trying to coerce people to go through?
I guess so. Like
Because when
why
it
would
says
it be
come
inviting?
onto these yellow sands, it's saying like, oh, come here, this place is paradise. You need to see what's on the other side.
Like on the dream of the girl, like the other girl on Groom Lake, I heard her voice coming out of the ground telling me to come inside. My grandma told me to lie down, but I didn't want to. So it is inviting. For some reason, it is inviting people to be there. Like why though? What the fuck? It does want people to go in there. Why?
I don't think this is very inviting of you, ma'am. No thanks.
This is
I
so
pressed
cool.
disconnect right away.
Next post here.
I
Post
think
15.
okay, this one's I have to read this one. Title: Have we lost the war? Oh no. That is In explaining our cruelty, which, I admit, was quite beyond scope of all humanity, I feel I must remind you of how we lost the war. We lost the war in the cruelest way imaginable. Island after island fell, and the enemy drew closer and closer. More and more bombs fell on our cities. Food grew more and more scarce, people starved, house burned, people burned, children burned. We're punished by our own sense of dignity, by our own inability to admit inimitable and total defeat. It was like watching a sword slowly being sunk into your chest, millimeter by millimeter. But you refuse to cry out, refuse to whimper or beg for mercy. And there's nothing you can do but watch metal disappear into your weeping flesh. By the end of 1944, it was clear that both Japan and Germany were doomed, bearing some divine intervention. Yet the stories we knew from childhood told us that we had been saved by divine intervention before, when the fleets of Kublai Khan were at our shores, moving from island to island, conquering and raping, until a miraculously typhoon sent their ships to the bottom of the ocean. Though we were modern men and trained in Western science, we still believed that there was some sacred destiny in store for the Japanese people, and we kept an eye out for something, anything which hinted of the divine. Two intriguing pieces of news had come to us via Germany, developments which suggested that perhaps the tide of the war could be turned suddenly. Both, however, were ominous. One was that America was developing a super weapon, a bomb which could level entire cities, which used the latent power of the atom, unleashing very forces which held existence together. We assured ourselves that this was an American propaganda, that no such weapon was actually existed, but our scientists acknowledged that it was theoretically possible. The second piece of news was more puzzling. It was said that a Swiss scientist had synthesized a chemical, which, like American nuclear technology, could unleash latent forces, this time the forces of the mind. This chemical was said to fuse the various disparate areas of the mind and allow for incredible insights. Apparently, teams working under the influence of this chemical for long periods of time were capable of inventing techniques and devices previously unheard of. By the end of 1944, various high-ranking Germans were slipping out of Germany, like rats from a sinking ship, often trying to fund their escapes by selling various pieces of artworks, technology, intelligence, etc. It was from one of these that we obtained an enormous supply of this wonder chemical, LSD, which was supposed to be secret even from Germany's allies. Along with the chemical, we were given a piece of news which was possibly tantalizing, given the position we were in. According to our contact, experiments with LSD had been conducted at the Treblinka extermination camp.
On that place again.
On that place, yep.
Yep. A group of
That place
prisoners
again.
was given the drug for a period of several months, and the results were so impressive that somehow the prisoners were able to convince the camp leaders to take the drug as well. Soon, the entire camp hierarchy was taking the drug and working together on a new device that was some sort of quote-unquote destructive radar, which could bring down planes as easily as ordinary radar found them. It was said to be powerful enough to slice bombers right in half. Of course,
Oh,
and it
shit.
did. It did.
it did.
Yeah.
I guess it did, huh? Of course, we found this piece of news hard to believe. Nazi death camp commanders working side by side with Jewish prisoners to invent a magical radar? It was utterly fantastical. Our good sense told us to ignore it. And yet, how could we? The Americans had already taken back the Philippines. Hey guys.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey guys. Soon, they would take Iwo Jima, and then Okinawa, then all the home islands. We were facing the end of the Japanese as a free race. Perhaps the end of all Japanese existence. The Germans would have it easy compared to us. Many Americans were German in origin. There was a blood affinity between the countries. This did not exist for us. The Americans would burn our cities and rape our women and enslave us, make us servants like their niguro.
We can't say that.
Oh, shit.
We can't say that. We can't say that.
I mean, it's not the actual word. It's not the actual word, is it?
No. No.
What if I search this on Google? What would happen? We would be crossbred with the whites until we had become some degenerate half-caste. Japanese culture would crumble. The stories of our childhoods would be forgotten. We were
Guys,
watching a
it's just
sword
this.
disappear into our hearts, and we were desperate for some kind of divine intervention. So in late 1944, a glass jar of LSD crystals, enough for several million doses, was taken aboard the submarine and slipped under the cover of the sea back to the home islands. We were looking for divine grace. What we found was a hell beyond our darkest dreams of destruction.
Dude,
What is that?
is that the?
Is that a leak?
No, it's called a fiddlehead fern.
Well, from
But
Stardew Valley, I know that.
yeah, but if you're thinking of the other term, yeah.
Oh, is it that?
Is that the?
Yeah, we were talking about the plant, guys. We were talking about.
Yeah.
We were talking about the plant. They were comparing the Americans to the plant, or at least how they were gonna be like the plant.
To confirm, read this without actually saying this. But yeah,
That is the only time we're saying it. Japanese
Yeah.
in Japanese, that word is a romantic. Damn, I'm not reading
Ram,
that.
please, Ram.
Damn, I
please.
am not reading that.
Damn, that's crazy. Anyways, so recap. So this story is from the perspective of a Japanese soldier. And he was saying that Japan's losing, but because of how much pride and dignity Japan has, they
could
couldn't
tell,
surrender. They just kept getting. It just kept getting worse and worse. And there was like a sword sinking into their chest, and there was nothing they could do. And in their act of desperation, they believed that divine intervention would come and save them, like it has before for the Kublai Khan. Looking back, the Kublai Khan was the what was this? The Mongol Empire. So these were the Mongols in the 13th century that was, I think, trying to colonize Japan. But it says here that the Kublai Khan were were stopped by a miraculous typhoon that destroyed all of their ships.
Yes.
So Japan believed that the same thing, some kind of divine intervention would save them from losing the war. And that's when they found out that two very interesting things from the Germans. They found out that America is working on the atomic bomb, which they speculated and was like, they're probably bluffing.
Yeah,
This
that's
is American
propaganda,
propaganda.
whatever. Trying to make us scared.
It wasn't.
So
It
actually, it's
In
quite
reality,
possible.
it was not.
It was not propaganda. It was real. It was the
Yeah, it
Manhattan.
was
This
real.
was the Manhattan Project they were talking about. And the
Yep.
second thing was the invention of LSD by the Swiss. It says that in Treblinka, when they were experimenting with the LSD, it was so bad that even the officers were taking the drug. So both Jewish prisoners and the Nazi officers were both taking LSD. Like it reached that point. To a point where they
Yeah.
made the destructive radar that could cut bombers in half.
Hmm.
So
Not-
out of
not
desperation,
exactly.
yeah, out of desperation, Japan purchased this jar of LSD from a fleeing German because obviously the Germans also knew that they were losing, so they was like, might as well get out of here and make a fortune before I fucking
Yeah.
abandon my country.
Just
So
cut their losses.
they sold Japan this jar of LSD with millions of doses. And Japan, like, this was their divine intervention. As they said, we were looking for divine grace. What we found was a hell beyond our darkest dreams of destruction. That's so
Oh my
cool.
This is, oh my god. I wonder where this came from. It's from the same fucking post.
From the Martian.
From the Martian, dude. Why is this one not deleted? I'd argue this one has more reasons to be deleted.
Oh man.
Like, what the fuck?
That's not deleted, but the previous one was.
Yeah, the previous
it
one, which
is.
I'd argue is like kind of
It literally has the Japanese version of the N word on there, and they didn't. I don't
they
know,
didn't.
man.
And we forgot, and seems like we forgot to stop Ram about that. when I was like reading it in my mind, like
Can't
Yeah,
read
that
that.
sounds
man.
similar.
We cannot read
Or
that.
we've already said it.
It's okay. We're
So-
talking about the plant.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
the plant.
the
That's the-
We were talking
fern,
about the
yeah.
plant.
The fiddlehead fern from Stardew Valley. Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh my god.
I think they're also tasty, IRL. The plant.
I love the fiddlehead fern from Stardew Valley.
You can also put that in your salad too. Just a suggestion. Not
I like someone is like, and then no, and then. Oh my god, bro. Do you think that this actor saw this post and then saw this like, I wonder what's going on here.
I don't think so. I don't
It
think
would
I
be
don't
so
think-
fucking funny. Like, yeah, I was visiting one of the subreddits one other day, and then I saw this weird ass comment in an interview or something. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, next one. Oh my
This
god,
is
these are
post
getting
16.
longer.
getting
Yeah.
longer. Yeah.
This still me. Then the next one is Redman. Okay.
All right.
Title: Author self-post. Hello friends. Hello friends. Thank you for your interest in my posts. I want to apologize to the community at large for posting them onto threads whose relationship to their content is, at best, tangential. Thank you.
Oh, really?
Finally, he acknowledges it. I simply had nowhere else to post my information, where anybody would read it. Previously, I was operating a website wherein my information laid out in a rather straightforward manner. I was quite convinced that the undeniable truth of this information would attract attention on its own accord. I was quite sure that somehow this grand truth would shine out as a beacon and resonate with receptive people, and quickly become widespread. As I recall, my best month brought about 400 visitors and a total of 4 non-spam comments. 25 of these were recommended psychiatrist intervention. So here we find ourselves. I am attempting to use the technique of fiction and suspense to hopefully, this is a typo, generate interest in this information.
Yeah.
Your subreddit furthers the same, and I am sincerely thank you for creating it. And I
Okay, so
sincerely thank you for
pause.
creating it.
Yeah, pause. This post was on the subreddit for Mother Horse Eyes. So somebody actually made a subreddit compiling these comments from Mother Horse Eyes, and Mother Horse Eyes themselves commented on that same subreddit. And this is them like
Like, oh, thank you guys.
this is them like confronting the people
Yeah.
that made the subreddit.
I should clarify that this information is not fiction, nor is it true.
Bro,
Oh.
It is a mix of things which happen and things which almost happened. Things which were and things which could have been. You must understand that the present moment in which we exist is simply a nexus from which trillions of possible past and possible futures wrench out. The important thing to realize is that these unreal pasts and unrealized futures are related to each other. By examining what might have been, we can come to understand what might come to be. I am writing about what has never been and what must never be. So like I guess a cautionary tale.
So he's saying that what I'm saying isn't true, but it's also not true. So it's Schrodinger's nightmare. It's either real or it's not real. We don't really
It could
know.
happen. Or it has already happened. Or it won't happen. We leave it to you, man. Unfortunately, our generation has been given a special burden. We are doomed. As the apocryphal.
Apocryphal?
What is that word?
apocryphal?
Where did he
Good
get that
question.
from?
How is there
fuck?
no hyperlink?
Yeah,
for
there's
this? Come
no
on.
hyperlink for this. Come on now. What is this word?
So it is. Hang on.
Of a
Apocryphal.
story or statement.
Doubtful. It's not. It's
Apocryphal.
Made
Apocryphal.
up, untrue, false, fabricated,
Okay.
fictitious.
We are
Yeah, it
doomed.
might not be true. There's like a doubt to its legitimacy.
Yeah. As the apocryphal Chinese curse has it, you live in interesting times. Soon, technology advances in the field of information technology and bioengineering will fundamentally reshape human existence. There are a number of possible outcomes. and I believe that most of them will result in the human race entering an unending era of absolute slavery.
Let's go, baby! The computer future. Let's
Hashtag
go!
ChatGPT, let's go.
Oh my god.
As a free species, we have seen totalitarianism before, and we have destroyed it. When it arises again, aided by advanced information and biological technology, it will have a new and unprecedented ability to envelop the entire Earth and place humanity in an unalterable state of total mental and physical slavery that will last for uncounted millennia until the Earth becomes uninhabitable. Not only
So
do
this
I
is
believe
literally
that
saying, like
Yeah.
AI will literally.
This is
when
10
was
years
this posted?
ago.
This was
This
10
is
years
10
ago.
years ago.
It's the AI takeover is what this is talking about.
Oh my god. Where was I? Not only do I believe that this outcome is possible, I believe that this is overwhelmingly likely. Out
Let's
of all
go!
the trillions
Oh my
of
god,
possible
he
futures,
predicted it.
out of all the trillions of possible futures arrayed before us, 99.99999% of them result in this outcome. As
Let's
Christ said,
go!
Oh
wide
my
is the
god.
gate and broad is the road that leads us to destruction, and many enter through it. But narrow is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Bro,
Let's go!
we must
The
find it.
ChatGPT overlords.
Did this guy just predicted what we currently have today?
I guess he just saw the trends and we're like, yeah, this is gonna happen.
What the fuck? This is 10 years ago.
We must
Almost 10
find
years ago.
and enter the narrow gate, but it will not be easy. In order to find it, we must search through the many possible paths to find a few possible futures, which result in a humanity free to live and die as humans, and not as an unholy agglomeration of mindless flesh. Unfortunately, as we fight against the forces of slavery and death, it will be precisely our instincts towards the preservation of freedom and life that will lead us to destruction. In short, we live in precarious times. I want to make clear I want to make clear that while this post shows clear and appalling signs of megalomania, I am actually aware that I am not a prophet or an expert. I am 30-something American male without the benefit of a college education or a stable job. Relatable author, let's go.
Word.
Sadly, I have spent most of my life drunk. My post will contain a number of historical errors, both intentional and unintentional, as well as bad spelling, bad grammar, and laughably overwrought prose. Readers with the proper education will easily see through my attempts at erudition. In short, I have no proper formal qualifications for the task I have set out for myself. But I have personally experienced intellectual mutations of which I write. Through repetitive self-experimentation, I have fractured the time state of my brain, and now it exists in an ever-shifting... yeah. In an ever-shifting state... Bro just admitted to drugs, like, oh, what happens in the story? I actually did it to myself, you see.
Self-experimentation. So I took drugs.
So, dude, this is like a different type of like, effective drugs. Because if you see in Discord, this is how he is. Like when he's writing these kind of things, bro.
So is that
I'm
real or
serious.
the purpose of the story? Is it actually a guy that took
I
drugs?
guess this is to
Like-
give you an idea of who's writing these. Like, in the context of the story, right? Like, I'm a 30-something-year-old
I-
male, drunk
I
out of my
can't tell
fucking
if that's
mind.
real or if it's for the benefit of the story. Because like, I can't tell if this whole post, because like, does the author actually believe that this is real?
I think he's admitting, like, it can be real if you want it to be, or it can be real eventually. I think there's more of, like, again, to give you an idea of who's writing, who's giving you all these descriptions. Who is this person, but not, like, the author itself. More like someone in
the
universe.
bombshells, like, so I took LSD. I'm an
guess-
alcoholic 30-year-old American
a-
with no college education.
I'm a boy failure. I'm a 30-year-old man. I don't have college. I'm drinking the fuck out of myself. I'm doing LSD right now as we speak. I'm sorry if my posts are on r/funny or r/mylinger. I know. They're not
I don't know
connected
where
in
to
any
put
way.
it.
This is just the average Reddit user, honestly.
But you gotta understand that on my website, I only got like 400 views. So please indulge me.
That's so funny.
Oh, hey, Johnny, how are you doing? Just shit my pants, I got scared. Yeah, I got scared by the concept of this person being a 30-year-old man drunk out of his mind writing all this shit.
Okay.
High on LSD posting on Reddit. That's so funny.
Bro's living the dream. What can I say?
Posting about futures that have never happened and never will happen and never should happen. What the
Yeah, I like that one. It never should happen. They shouldn't happen.
I'll be honest with you. I know this is already 10 years ago. Where is this person now?
They're probably
Well,
dead.
we have 100 posts to figure that out, don't we?
I'd imagine they're
Yeah.
dead. I think they're dead.
Because
Uh,
again, they were. It was mentioned that they were taking drugs and also very alcoholic.
Oh, hi, Arlen.
When
Hi. It's
doing
still
this.
going? We're gonna be doing this for a while. It's 100 posts.
The funniest part, I don't know if that's part of the story or that's actually the author.
It just author trauma dumping. Like, I'm a bad
Yeah.
failure. I'm just gonna post it here. Okay,
Oh
where
my
were we? Because we haven't even finished the whole fucking thing.
There's so much lore we're getting from this one entry, man.
But I have personally
like-
experienced the intellectual mutations of which I write. Through repeated self-experimentation, I have fractured the time state of my brain, and now it exists in an ever-shifting state between various parts which didn't happen. As such, I have been given what I believe is a special insight into our possible futures. They are dark. The shadows of past atrocities pass and overlap with the shadows of future atrocities. This is short. Time is short. Recently, I have been beset with a persistent creativity that seems to grow stronger as the days go by. Fear this state is unsustainable. Perhaps eventually this productive mania will turn into unproductive psychosis. And soon, on a large scale, mankind's productivity will turn on its own sort of psychosis. Billions of years ago, the so-called primordial soup arranged itself into a self-replicating form which multiplied and flourished and divaricated into countless species. From our vantage point in the present, the singular moment of origin has become lost in the mist of time. Equally obscure to us is the future singularity towards which we are heading. The endpoint in which all countless species are once again reintegrated into a new singular form, a new abomination. We're on the verge, all of us. Times are dire. We're about to be gathered again into the arms of the Mother, to become one flesh with her, the Mother who gathers lost children, the Mother who I have seen in dark space since I was a little child. Back when I called her the Mother with horse eyes. We're about to meet her again. We're about to be unborn. Title drop! Oh shit! Oh shit! Title drop!
God.
That's so cool.
Oh my god!
This is
This
the first
guy
time
is-
that the author has like talked directly to us,
I
like
think
as the
so.
reader.
If not
feel
us,
like
to the
I'm-
subreddit, I guess.
I feel like I'm in like one of those BuzzFeed videos of like I forgot what that video called. But yeah. This is very, very interesting, and yeah, I can tell like this is like what Lee said, this is the first time that the author actually started to talk to us for people who are
Yeah.
actually
Like they're not telling a
curious.
story; they're talking about why they're telling the story in the
Yeah.
first place.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not real, but it also isn't fake either. It's something that might have happened, could happen, shouldn't happen. It really shouldn't.
But here we are. They predicted AI.
They predicted a bunch of things. I think he saw the trend of, because he talks about technology of information and bioengineering. So I think he saw
Yeah.
the trend of those two things, like being better and better, and be like, okay, so we're probably gonna end up here, and he kind of predicted it.
Yeah, like we've seen totalitarianism before and we've destroyed it. But once totalitarianism is backed up by like science, like by bioengineering and by artificial intelligence, we'll struggle to fight back. And in other ways we'll embrace it. We'll embrace totalitarianism through those means.
Yeah, which it's kind of happening if you think about it. Like it is kind of a funny connection that he's making here.
I
Uh,
really like the part where it says like he says that like 99.99% this is the path that we're going. But despite that, we should still strive to live as people, to be free as people, and to die as people.
As people.
oh yeah,
It's kind of like how this is a really boring reference, but like Doctor Strange, where like there's the thousand, there's a million
yeah.
realities where Thanos wins, and only one where we win. We have to get that.
Yeah,
Like
but I think we
that's
kind of
basically
fucked
it.
up. I mean, this was 10 years ago. Look at us
I mean,
now.
we're still going on the wrong path, guys. We're
Anyways,
still
I'm gonna chat with my AI girlfriend now through character.ai.
Elon
Not
Musk with
sponsored.
with his AI girlfriend on Twitter, which is
Grok.
she bought. Remember, man, he was supposed to
At
be our
Grok, do you
Einstein, man.
think
What
we're
happened?
already reaching singularity? At Grok, is this true? Oh yeah, they do
At
mention singularity too. Um, do you guys know what singularity is?
It's a black hole.
Yeah.
But more in the context of technology.
So like a hive mind.
No. Singularity is the point where man and machine become one and there's no turning back. So, for example, for us, that
Oh,
would be
damn.
like cyborgs. Like everyone turns
That's-
into a cyborg. There's no turning back. We cannot be humans anymore. We're a
Give
combination
me all
of
your
machine and man.
So cool. That's so cool.
That's what he means here by singularity. That's what people say singularity for in this statement. But yeah, it's also the black hole. But in this case, it's just when we evolve to the point that we're not humans anymore, or we combine ourselves with technology. That's the singularity.
It's like thinking of like the Terminator, T-800s, and T-1000 too as well. But
Yeah.
half of it is human too as well. Instead
Or
of like,
let's just there was a
fully
vision.
flesh. I mean, fully metal.
Yeah.
All right.
So man, this is what
Nice
don't
to
drink,
meet.
kids. Don't drink. This is what happens to you guys.
Don't drink. Do not do drugs at all.
Don't drink, don't do LSD, don't combine those two. By God, look at what this guy managed to see by combining them. Oh my
Damn.
God. Okay, next post is Endler, I think.
No, it's me.
Oh yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say is that you Ram, whenever you do this kind of live streams, you need to put like a trigger warning at the start. I think it's
We did that at
like
the other stream, at the beginning of the other stream. We did
Yeah,
like if
but
you're
we
into you're not into gore and shit, then yeah.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
didn't
so-
think.
Uh-huh. Alright.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Make
We're gonna
details that
continue
someone else
this.
will get leave
So,
marriage, chat
post
with you, cult.
16.
Oh no.
Magical space pussy.
I
I know.
I am so sorry, man.
It's
know, it's
fitting
fine.
that Redmond gets to read this one.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Y'all,
It's just
y'all,
that
y'all was waiting for this, aren't you? Huh?
we went from existentialism, singularity, magical space pussy.
Exactly. Alright. When you're hanging out with a tribe of Nazi acid heads, magical space pussy does not even register on Weirdometer. I mean, they talked about so much weird shit, and so much of it was total bullshit. I didn't even pay any fucking attention to it. It was the 60s. Talking about magical space pussies was like asking somebody how their day went. It was just a conversation to me. But to them, it wasn't. There was a strange time in my life. I mean, that was a strange time in my life. I had spent the last 6 months going from commune to commune, just checking them out. They were all bullshit. Every one of them was just some guy on a power trip and a bunch of women who grown up with bad fathers, hanging on his every word, hoping he would solve all their problems. That's one way to commune. The only way the commune system worked. The guy got control of the woman, and the woman attracted a few guys to do the manual labor. but in the end, it was basically just a new system of pimping.
A little
I
bit of a
mean,
pause there. So,
yeah.
yeah, they said that this is taking place in the 60s. I assume what they're talking about is in the 60s, for some reason in America, there was a bunch of cults, right? Me and Ram knows this because we watch Wendigoon,
Yeah.
but Ruby Ridge, and then
The
uh,
people that all kill themselves by drinking something. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah,
yeah. I
it was
think
the
I've
Satanic
seen,
Panic, I
but not
think.
from. I am not sure if
yes.
it's one from Wendy Goon that I got it from, but I think it's with somebody else about the.
Basically, they're talking about all of the cults that were created in the 60s. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's basically what
Mhm.
all this is about.
Yeah. All right. Um, where we are? Okay. I
Pimping.
mean, yeah. I mean, I'm from Brooklyn. I've seen pimping. These chicks had tried to escape society and just gotten themselves pimped out. It was tragic, but too tragic for me to give a shit about it. So I went out to Death Valley. Why
Mm.
did I go there? Why does anybody? Because it has a cool name.
Pause.
It, mhm.
Where isn't Death Valley the same place where the cylinders were?
It has the same name, but I don't think it's the same place because this is on California, I think, and the
And
other
the other
Death
one was in
Valley is
Europe.
in Europe. Yeah,
Europe.
so
But
they
it's
have the same name.
okay. But this that's interesting. Okay, continue.
Mhm. Uh, if it was called some scorpions and a bunch of fucking rocks, which is what it actually is, nobody would go. I had decided I was done with counterculture. I was done with the regular culture. I was done with all. I would go where nobody would bother me and just try to figure myself out. Get a little peace or quiet. A month later, the Manson family moved in the next door.
Hey, Stretchy, how
For
are
a
you doing?
while,
What the
it was
fuck are
just a
you
little
reading?
nice guy
Something
named
cool.
Paul
If you
and
want more
some girls
context, you can
living a
watch
few
the
miles
previous
from
stream and
my
then come back
little
to this one.
shack.
It's a
Seemed
long
harmless.
story,
Then the
but
whole
it's pretty
family
cool.
came in. Charlie,
How are you
too.
doing?
They had already
Thank you for the
committed the
likes. Thank you very much.
murders
Thank you.
at this point. It was big news, but nobody who knew who did it. I surely didn't connect it to this band of weirdos next door. They seemed too stupid to pull off anything newsworthy. Just another bullshit commune. Once Charlie got there, the family seemed to spend of their driving most of their driving June buggies around, pretending to be the fucking Africa Corps. No clue what that is, but I'll check it out later. I mean,
Hmm.
Charlie would put on a helmet with a swastika and lead them in the maneuvers. I had never met rat. I had never met racist Nazi hippies before, but there was the first time for everything. Some of them even talked about Uncle Adolf and how he knew the score, how he should have won the war. I was
We're
a
getting
mechanic in the
monetized this time.
army. We're not. This is going to be age restricted too, Ram. I'm sure.
There is no chance.
There's
There's no
we,
chance.
we lost a penny today. Fuck.
I was a mechanic in the army, so I helped out with the buggies and got to know them a little.
It's funny for the stream I was hearing about
Slowly,
California having weird shit.
their little
Oh.
philosophy trickled down to me.
Well, he has more
They
weird shit
thought
apparently.
America was on the verge of an apocalyptic race war. Blacks on whites, helter skelter. The Watts riots in every city. That part actually seemed pretty plausible. I mean, you have to understand, in 1969, the country has been getting weirder and weirder, more and more violent every year. Nobody was quite sure when it would end. Nobody knew that in the 70s, the counterculture would uh just just kind of peter out into the bunch of fucking James Taylor albums. They said that they had come to the desert to find a hideout so they would be safe while the helter skelter race war was going on. They said that somewhere out in the desert there was bottomless pit full of wonders and treasures. In the Bible, Revelation
Oh
speaks
my
of the tree
god.
of life, which bears 12 kinds of fruit, one for every month. They said this tree was growing inside the bottomless pit and would give them all the food they wanted while they waited out the war. When it was over, they said they would emerge and Charlie would rule the world as the new Christ. So that part was a little less plausible. And then I started hearing about the magical space vagina.
Okay.
I had I had become friends with Paul, who was actually a nice guy who just wanted to fuck the girls and get stoned and didn't really get into the whole Nazi thing. He said that they were searching for the entrance to the bottomless pit. He said that the entrance was made of flesh growing out of the rocks, like a giant pussy so big that you could stroll right in. I told him he thought about pussy way too much, but he was serious. He said that the technology to turn rocks into flesh was from outer space, and its secrets had been taught to Charlie by Uncle Adolf. Until then, I had thought that Uncle Adolf was the name for Hitler. Slowly, as I learned more, I started to realize that they were talking about somebody who was still alive. Somebody they actually knew. They told me he was coming soon.
I don't think I need to click the hyperlink for Hitler. I think I know who that is.
Who is that person? I need to check that out, guys. Hold on.
I feel like I already know who Hitler
Oh,
is.
the actual fuck is this
Dude, I
one,
just-
bro?
Dude, I just played Wolfenstein just like a few days ago. Yeah, I didn't to know who Hitler is.
I don't remember
So-
Wolfenstein having flesh portals. I'm gonna be real.
Okay, so this is a new story. This takes place in the desert of like 1960s America with the Manson cult. The Manson family was like a cult that did like murders and shit out in the desert. You can click on the link of the Manson family; it'll tell you all about them. But basically, our
personally
author
think
was
this is the weirdest shit I've ever heard.
in
It gets
contact
weirder, don't
with
worry.
the Manson cult.
You just missed the
And
part
then,
where we were talking about someone being
the Manson
reborn
cult were on to
as a
this
giant
thing called
9-year-old
magical
baby.
space pussy.
You just missed that.
In
It is somehow weirder than
the
that.
Death Valley Desert. So somewhere in Death Valley, there's a flesh portal, and the Manson cult is trying to find it. And they said that in this flesh portal is this thing called a bottomless pit. When we click on the bottomless pit, it says that bottomless pit is one word in the Greek of the New Testament in the literally the abyss, unbounded the pit and of immeasurable depth. Roman mythology featured a similar place called Orcus, a very deep gulf chasm in the lowest parts of the earth, used as a common receptacle of the dead and especially the abode of demons. So, in Bible lore, it's saying that the bottomless pit is where like the demons are from. It's like a gateway to hell, basically. But in the bottomless pit, there's this tree that bears 12 fruits akin to each month. So they're saying that they're trying to find the tree of life in the bottomless pit, which is somewhere in the magical space pussy.
It sounds like something Bennett would drop to the
So-
stream. Yeah, I know, right?
What's really cool about this, right? What I find really cool about this is I don't think the tree of life and the bottomless pit is real, but I think it's based off of something that is real, right? Like the flesh portal, like in the story, I'm not in real life, I'm not that insane, but in the story, the flesh pit is real, and in the flesh pit, there is something like the bottomless pit and there is something like the tree of life. It's not entirely accurate to what the Bible tells us of what it is, but it's the Bible's interpretation of what it is. And they're trying to find it. And the Manson cult is working with a guy named Uncle Adolf, and he's gonna help find the flesh portal in Death Valley Desert.
So I
With the
guess that's why
magical.
they're describing the flesh portal as a as whatever they're describing it.
Magical space pussy.
Magical space pussy, because I guess you can look at it as a throat, or in this case, because they were sexually oriented, they would look at it like a vagina, a massive fucking vagina. So
It
they already
kind
have
of
like an
does-
idea.
It kind of does make more sense as a vagina because if you remember in the entrance where the girl comes back, I think it's Jingles, I
True.
think was the name. She comes back in a uterus.
She
So
reborns, yeah.
technically it just is a massive space vagina.
So the story just took the sexual turn. Oh no.
Oh
fuck.
no.
Oh no. That only things what works.
And
for
the
people.
fact that, it's very motherly as well. Because mother
So we
voice
have the
eyes.
mother part down. We just need the horse and the eyes after that.
But we'll get her soon.
I
But
wonder
yeah, this is
where
a new story. Yeah, this is a new perspective.
where
It's
the
really
fuck
cool.
did he drop this? I really want to know.
Yeah, it's on dolphins.
R/slash
R/slash
not the
dolphins?
onion. Russia's
Onion.
military just bought 5 bottlenose dolphins, and it won't say why.
The Onion is the news
Yeah,
the news article
satirical
that
news.
posts like yes.
The comment seems to be
Who sells
deleted
dolphins?
for good reason, I guess.
I mean, with
I
the
can see
amount
it.
of times they mention Nazis and pussy, I don't blame the
colds.
mods this time. I don't blame the mods this
Yeah,
time. The mods
reasonable enough.
reasonable,
Like, guys, they just bought dolphins. We don't know why, guys. Russia just bought dolphins. So we're talking about a giant space magical pussy. And Adolf
Formed by
Hitler is
this-
in here somehow. But actually
formed
not
by-
really.
Formed by the Nazis with the Manson cult who did the murders in 1960. And out in Death Valley, there is a magical space vagina that leads to the bottomless pit that has the tree of life. With the bottomless pit being filled with demons, but they're not actually demons. They're just our interpretation of demons. Anyways, so, guys,
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, you don't know? You don't know about the flesh portals? Man, I thought everyone knew.
I love this story so much.
Oh my god.
Just came out of nowhere with that.
But I'm very
It's so
excited.
random.
I'm very excited to see a new perspective because so far we've seen everything through the eyes of the soldier, the Japanese. Okay, so the timelines. Let's take a quick recap of the timelines we have those so far. We have the CIA agents like just providing lore of the CIA experiments and the Soviet experiments and stuff like that. We have the Japanese soldier that bought the jar of LSD. We have the CIA the CIA scientist that was experimenting with the flesh portal and found the placenta. That's another timeline. And this timeline that we have right now is a guy that lives out in the desert with the Manson cult, and they're trying to find a flesh portal in the desert.
So what you're suggesting is that these are not connected. This is not on a timeline, but it's more of their own stories.
But they're talking about the same thing, which is
Interesting.
these are separate stories that aren't connected, but they're all talking about the flesh interface.
Because so far you could reasonably make a timeline of how these events are taking place, right? Like we started in World War II.
Maybe
then
not
we
timelines
went,
and more of perspectives, more of like authors,
yeah,
like
like we went
people.
from the start of the Nazi War to the end of World War II. Now to the
Vietnam War,
Colts, to the
the
Vietnam
Cold
War,
War.
and then to the Colts. So you
and
can
this is the
reasonably
1960
say that
Colts.
it is evolving timeline-wise or in a time period. But
So
you could
these
also say
stories
that
aren't
yeah.
tied to each other, but they're all talking about the flesh portals. All of them are connected. talking about the flesh
Yeah.
portals.
Yeah, don't worry, let's hear it.
So cool.
Okay.
Next post.
Next
It's
post. Euphoria and terror. 17th post. This kind of psychological mirroring was exploited in the design of the flesh interfaces. When a human body is embedded in an interface, the independent, i.e. non-human, interface glands produce massive amounts of LSD, which cause intellectual mutations, i.e. time fracturing along several dozen axes. Meanwhile, independent hormone regulators produce a emotional oscillation between two states, euphoria and terror.
That's so cool.
Thus, we have the typical sound of an interface, alternating waves of giggling and screaming that move through the interface population, running along the length of the interface as the hormones travel along the independent conduits. These successive waves of giggling and screaming create a steady rhythm that washes over the traveler as they move through the interface. Natural empathetic responses, mirroring, prepare the traveler's body for the process of embrace.
okay.
So it's saying like when a body is embedded in an interface, they're being pumped with LSD, and the LSD like triggers two emotions. It triggers a state of euphoria, and it triggers a state
Pleasure?
of terror.
Uh,
And the person turning into a flesh portal experiences both of these emotions in like a metronome, like 1 second. It's like bipolar depression, right?
yeah.
Like 1 second absolutely manic, they're laughing in euphoria, and the next second they're screaming in terror. So it says here that what an interface sounds like is laughing, like hysteric euphoric laughing, and then followed by blood curdling screams, and they all like seesaw in between each other. That's what it sounds like.
Ugh.
So
Jesus Christ.
A
So I'd
flesh
imagine
interface. Go
that's
ahead.
what the people that went through the portal heard. Like, imagine the girl hearing laughter and excruciating amounts of terror and pain, like all at once.
And
That should,
also,
like, oh my
no,
god.
not all at once. It's oscillating.
it's like
So at once, so
left,
at one
right, left,
second,
right.
it's
No, but what
it's
I
like
mean
a
by all at once is
metronome.
like happening at the moment. Like they're taking it at the moment, not like happening immediately.
It's like
Like,
alternating between the two emotions.
yeah. Like,
That's so cool.
oh, oh. I wonder where this came from.
Also, think it's the same.
Okay,
Uh,
interesting.
Soldiers running drills on LSD in the 1960s. R/GIFs. Open.
It's an r/gifs, yeah.
I couldn't stop laughing when they left, especially right at the end where they look serious for a moment and then the guy in the middle loses it. So that's the connection.
And
So
then
yeah.
that's where he posted that.
What?
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 What was
Alright,
his
this
name?
may. Alright, it sounds. I know this sounds bad.
What's his name? Star Lord. I'm like, what?
Yeah. What? Now I know that sounds bad. But I like how everyone just kind of figures out, like, oh yeah, it's this guy. So he said,
Oh, yeah, I know
it's
this
Slim
guy.
B.
I've seen this guy on the street before.
Hmm. Oh my god. That is so fucked up, man. Holy shit.
That's so cool.
Oh, there was like also a Reddit comment here is that I was expecting you, and you clicked that hyperlink. There was a comment linked to the same user. It says, "I'm just here for the Flesh Portal story." Edit
Wait,
60 seconds after this post.
So they're
It was just
predicting this guy
that.
now?
Yes, they're predicting the guy.
Is it because of the LSD? Like they saw
Yeah.
LSD and like he's gonna appear any second now, guys.
Yeah,
Any
it's gonna
second
appear
now.
any second now.
Any
Yeah.
second now.
Especially with soldiers too, because he posted those
Yeah.
things about like the Japanese
We
soldier.
have everything. We have the perfect concoction for the appearance of Mother Horse Eyes here. We have the soldiers, we have the LSD,
The LSD,
and apparently we have the
1960s.
laughing. We have the laughing.
It's like what's that called? These guys are now like
The
storm
perfect bear
chasers.
trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like how you summon Herobrine when you were a kid. You gotta pull the golden blocks here and shit. Yeah, this is just it. Just mention LSD, mention soldiers, mention laughing, and bro fucking appears out of nowhere.
Storm chasers for
Oh
real.
god, the next post. Oh.
We
Who's reading?
have time for like a couple more. Yeah.
Okay.
The next one is
Okay,
you.
I'm
I think it's-
reading this one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, we're
18th
not gonna laugh.
post. Yeah, 18th post. New mommy. When I was little, they took mommy away and put me with a new mommy in a smelly, dark house. They said she was a real person.
Get back in the
I
freezer.
knew she wasn't. They made her. Her face was pieces of animals. Pig cheeks, hairy goat jaw, old horse eyes.
Oh
They
shit.
sewed her together badly, and the seams were crusty. I hated her. Real mommy called me from the underground. I opened the attic window at sundown and let the spring breeze flow in. I heard her song floating in and on the cool air, soft singing from the grave. That is the first description that we get from Mother Horse Eyes. That is what she looks like. Oh
Oh
my!
my fucking god.
She has
my
pig
God.
cheeks. She has old horse eyes, and she has a hairy goat jaw. She's like Frankenstein. She's like sewn together badly, and the seams were crusty. And and this is like this child's mom, because obviously this is a story of a child going through the portal, right? When they dream, this is what they see. They're in a house and they're with Mother Horse Eyes, and that's what she looks like. Could you
Oh my god.
could you imagine being a child? You're in your childhood rooms, and with the house with you is Mother Horse Eyes, and she's your new mom, and she's like sewn together with pieces of animals, and you can hear your real mom underground calling to you, but like you're stuck with this new mom, this Mother Horse Eyes. Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah. She's calling from underground. It's like the grandma. Oh shit. It is the same place then. Fuck. I didn't make that
But
connection.
like that's your real mother. You hear her under the floor, but in the room with you is Mother Horse Eyes, and that's your mom. That's your new mom. That's so cool.
Oh my god. The
And
the title
the
drop
original
again, bro.
post-
Holy shit.
The original
Wait, the-
post was from r/jokes, a deleted from a deleted user of
Two
Game
gay
Men.
men were. I saw a different mom. She had big cheeks, hairy coat, old horse eyes. What about the two gay men though?
Hang on. With that description of Mother Horse Eyes, feels like something what Outlast would definitely make in their games, or in their story at least, because you know that game has like a lot of Frankenstein shit within its story.
I see.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually make something of reference of that to this, especially it being a mother too. And I'd be scared.
Okay.
I'd be scared shitless.
So I found the original joke before it was deleted. Because I really want to know why the fuck would this spawn this, right? Like, at least with the other one, we saw the LSD, the soldiers, whatever. Two gay men are traveling on a plane. Let's call them Steve and Bill. Dude, what if we had sex? Asked Steve. You crazy? Here on the plane? It would be awkward. Everyone would watch us doing it. Man, nobody's even paying attention to anything. Look. Steve stands up and asks loudly, could I have a pencil, please? Nobody gets a damn. Everyone is sleeping, reading, looking at the window, etc. They really wouldn't care, would they? Says Bill. So Steve and Bill have wild sex on the plane. Later, when the plane arrives to the airport and the people are leaving, the stewardess sees an old man who threw up all over his shirt. Even his pants are soaking in the filth. Sir, you should have asked for a bag. I didn't dare, whispered the old man. A few rows ahead, I saw a man asking for a pencil, and then he got fucked in the ass. So this joke is really fucking funny.
Okay, that's actually really funny.
How the fuck does it correlate to mother horse eyes? Dude!
I didn't want to ask for a bag. I didn't want to get fucked in the ass, man.
That was a funny joke, silly user. Let me check the comments real quick to see how many people agree with you.
Oh my god. Hello.
Nish and chat, let's go.
Yeah. Hello, Nish. Hello.
Wait, what? That's Nish?
Yes.
Oh, hello, Nish. How are you doing?
What
did I just join into?
That's so cool.
Depends on what time you join. You either join to two gay men having sex on a plane, or undescribable horrors beyond your imagination.
Real.
Well, either or.
Bro, change his name.
Either or. Oh my god. Hellfire. Yes, so true, Nick. Oh my god, bro. What the fuck? This story, man. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. It's been 3 hours. I think it's time.
Yeah, we can end it there.
We ended on the 18th post.
A description of what Mother Horse Eyes even looks like. That's the first time we learn about Mother Horse Eyes.
Pig cheeks, hairy goat jaw, and old horse eyes.
Wait lang.
Ew,
That's so
ew,
cool.
ew. Oh my god.
What would have been? No, was it going to be Outlast or is it going to be The Evil Within?
It's,
Hold on.
It would be cool to have this character in any of
How
those
much
games
did we
at least a
read
reference.
in a span of 3 hours?
We started on the 7th post. No, 6th post. 6,
10?
7.
So about 12.
11,
About 12.
12,
Because
yeah.
the one where Mother Horse Eyes was addressing us, like on the subreddit, didn't count as an entry. That was just, an author's note.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So I guess we can end this in like 3 or 4 streams if we do it in like 3 hours. If you're reading
Yes.
this, Ram, you will be jump scared in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Jump scared by Harry. Harry? I mean,
I do
Mother
like
Horse Eyes.
the images that Redmond sent when we were talking about the author. The fucking
I
fire,
am a
right?
30-year-old American who has spent most of my time drunk and high on LSD,
Unemployed.
but I am uneducated, unemployed, but I have to warn you of the
I have to
of the
warn
to-
you about the
of the
possible past and
totalitarian
futures. I see
cannot
it.
be and should not be.
Look, dude. I like how
that's-
after that he just goes off the rails on the primordial soup. We go back to the primordial soup. Like holy shit. What is
Nish
bro
sent me
on about?
something. Nish sent me something. Hang on.
Harry
I'm gonna post it
Potter.
here. Yeah, he sent me Harry Potter, bro.
What the fuck? By the way,
He
check
also sent me
DMs. I am not checking that DM, bro. I'm not doing that. Okay. Well,
That was fun.
That was. I wonder if people have drawn a picture of Mother Horse Eyes.
I think so far the strongest entry we have was the encasement one.
Oh yeah.
That
When
encasement
the
is very fucking disgusting. I'll be honest
when
with
she
you.
comes back in a uterus with a placenta. Oh,
yeah,
so-
and just a giant fucking baby, man.
It's a giant baby reborn and also ages in like two or 3 hours.
Mentally, right? I don't think she ages physically. I
Mentally.
think
and then
mentally
she
she
Not
dies
ages.
physically,
of old
mentally.
age. She
Yeah, she
dies.
dies of old age.
She just dies. She doesn't like have a heart attack or anything. She just stops living. I do not vibe with this world anymore. I want to stop existing.
Good thing I'm about to sleep and dream about all of this.
So true. Harry Potter.
Bro, if I end up in my
The
childhood
Buzz Lightyear.
horse eyes and that's my dream, I'm gonna be very upset.
And you hear your family or something calling you to go underground.
Like underground, like oh,
Yeah.
come with us. It's come onto these yellow sands. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, man.
I just read this. I played these games before. Oh my god, bro.
Unless if
Alright.
it's a lucid dream, then you can just bring a gun. I don't know, or make something.
Very
Nice
funny
try,
story.
mother horse eyes. Unfortunately, double barrel shotgun. Horrors beyond my
Oh.
imagination.
Manipulate your dreams, bro.
Joke's on you. I'm a furry.
I'm into that shit. She just starts being so fucking scared, like, oh.
That's part of my tags.
You know how long I've been waiting for
Ain't-
this?
Ain't no way someone out there is making mother horse size R34, man. Come on.
No,
I did not want to
no.
think about that, bro.
Stand
Okay.
back, guys. I got her.
Very fun story. Very
Go,
fun
no,
story.
guys, run away. You guys should be careful. I'll distract her for
I'll
now.
stop her.
It's like that one SCP picture.
Look at me. I'm vulnerable. He's like actively undressing. I'm vulnerable and I'm running.
Oh, oh, the LSD's taking effect on me, guys. Oh no. And they were like, bro, what the fuck are you?
Ram,
He's, like, lathering
I
himself
really
in
hope
oil.
you don't lose your YouTube partnership program, bro.
No,
There's a
no,
bunch
From
of
this.
a bunch of wacky shenanigans in this stream. Do you if I private it, do you think they would notice? Do you think they would know?
I think they would, honestly.
As if nothing ever happened. I just private it like, hey, Rem, we noticed that you have a video on your channel where you say a bunch of bad words. What was that about? What video?
Like-
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like the fiddlehead fern, the Japanese fiddlehead fern.
Yeah, I sure love Plant Sky.
We actually never stopped Ram on actually saying that because like what?
I don't think it counts. I don't think it counts.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Well,
We're not
just,
saying
you know.
the thing. We're just saying how he pronounced it.
And it
cannot-
doesn't mean
will
it doesn't mean
will
that we will be
we-
saying it over and over again. Okay, so
we said it once, so I don't think it's
Yeah.
fine. I don't think it matters.
What is the English word for it for the plant? What was the name of it again?
Fiddlehead fern.
Fiddlehead fern.
Fiddlehead fern.
I love fiddlehead fern. If we see that word again, just I'm gonna hardwire my brain to saying fiddlehead. Fiddlehead
Yeah,
fern.
fiddlehead fern from Stardew Valley. Yeah, that's
And
what
then
it is.
if somebody actually say the actual word, it's going to be like a sleeper agent going to be like
No, wait,
No, 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 no.
wait.
Wait.
and it's
Wait,
going
wait.
to be referred to the stream right here.
God, why are you so scared of a fiddlehead fern?
Are we
Hyperventilating.
Are we going to see like a highlight video of this story? Because I would like to do.
Maybe we do make it into like we read the stories and we highlight what we think of it. Potentially.
No, I
but
mean
I-
like you'd make a video of us just reading through the parts, like cutting off like any like of the excess stuff, like technical issues and
know,
whatnot.
Oh
But,
yeah.
you know, like BuzzFeed video.
Just so
who's that? Is that Cooper guy? Hang on.
DB Cooper, the mysterious missing man.
Yeah, BuzzFeed Unsolved. That is like the channel that I used to watch, and it's basically this what we're doing right now. In case
Uh,
if you didn't know.
if I do edit it, I would like to add visuals to it, so it would take
Yeah,
a
but
bit.
there's going to be like additional work into it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll
But
probably
if you want to make
edit
a
it.
highlight, if you want to make
Fun
a highlight,
story,
go
guys.
ahead. Yeah. It is a fun
Yeah,
story.
fun story. magical space pussies. Isn't that awesome?
Oh yeah,
We-
if you're going to make a highlight out of that, just make the entire
I
short
think
just
90% of the story would have to be censored, or at least put a shit ton of beeps in it. Like
I
starting
think
from
I think if we're gonna get a short out of this, us reading like, oh, the self medication that I've been taking. I was like, ah, LSD.
I do
Let's
want to make
go.
a short about the I'm a 30-year-old man with no prospects. I have no college. I'm drunk out of my mind. Let's make a fucking story or something.
Whoops.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, well, you know, when I asked about like the concerns, like where is this Mother Horsey's author, and you guys said it's probably dead because you know this guy took drugs and also alcoholic.
Probably overdosed.
So yeah, because that was from the looks of it that his last post was in 2016 as well. So
Was this just a throwaway account? Oh.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
They made it to post this one ARG, and when the ARG finished, they just never touched it again.
They
and
ju- they
moved
just
on
Yeah,
with
I
their
died.
just-
life.
They pulled the
I just-
jiggles and just fucking died.
I just only checked the dates, but I never read through at this thing because I don't want to spoil myself. But that was
Thi-
still in the same year.
This reminds me of in Smiling Friends, the old man that invents the lockpick that unlocks everything. On his most heightened invention, he dies shortly after.
Yeah. Like, no. This isn't a flashback or anything. I'm actually in hell. I'm actually in
Wait.
hell. I died after you said left the store.
Nish sent me this picture, by the way.
Oh well, I guess I should be going back to hell.
He
now.
also sent me that. It's on r/jokes.
Not Ashla jokes again.
I cannot believe r/jokes were about two gay men on their
r/jokes, r/funny, r/today fucked up. Oh my god, bro.
r/gifs.
r/gives, r/gives, bro.
Today I learned r/movies. Fucking The Martian, Chinese Martians.
Do you think this will lead to a new frontier with the Chinese government and American government to develop new ways of exploring space? Well, have you heard about the flesh portals?
What?
Do you know about the flesh portal? And then user penis bot 69 responds, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
What the hell are you? Hold on there, Buster.
Run that one by me again. Hold on. Oh my
Very
god,
fun
bro.
story, guys. All right, I'm gonna go to sleep now, gamers.
And I
This
will
was
go
very
eat
fun.
breakfast.
I will be eating as well. I'll be
Hooray!
I hope you guys have very nice dreams, and you'll see your mother. Preferably not Mother Horse Eyes, but you'll see something.
magical.
I
space
swear.
pussy.
If I disconnect and my mom is telling, "Do you want to come underground?"
You want to come into these yellow sands with me?
Hey, do you
It's
see
fucked.
this hill?
Just lie down. Just
Yeah,
get
just
sucked
like
on
that.
it.
It's like back
man.
Man.
We just get sucked into the floor.
Well, guys, I
Bro,
should be
just-
going back to the hills now.
if it was me, and I was offering ramps, like just V clip, bro.
You just disappears after saying that.
Just V clip, bro. And then
Alright,
if I
gamer.
wonder if you're not joining in, I just pop my head like, the fuck you waiting, bro?
When would the next stream be for this?
We can do Thursday again, potentially. Unless you
Sure, so
guys want
next-
to change the date, then we can do something to it. But probably every
So
Thursday.
like
we can do
next, we pick this up next week.
it. Yes.
I don't mind that, I suppose.
Yes.
Or maybe like, I don't know, maybe twice a week, because it's a long. If it's gonna do it like once a week, then it's gonna take a long time.
Gonna take a month.
Yeah,
Hmm?
you might want to do
Okay,
it like
well,
twice a week or something.
yeah, we can check schedules. Just hope that your internet doesn't die in the
Look,
middle of it
man,
again.
I have no control over PLDT. I wish I could.
You either fix your
But, like,
internet
yeah.
or we're gonna open a flesh portal into your house, bro. You
Every,
better choose wisely.
every 3 or 4 days, I think is like pretty good.
All right. Then I'll make a scheduler run then. Okay. Peak.
Goodbye,
Tyler the
gamers.
Creator is coming to Fortnite.
Good night.
Good
All right,
good night.
good night.
Dear and dudes. That was the stream, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed whatever the fuck that was. Anyways, thank you so much for coming to stream, everyone. Thank you for liking, for subscribing. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm out of here.